Hello, I'm here. Nikhil is not here yet, but he will be, hopefully soon, presumably. He said he might be like half an hour late, so I'll just vamp for 25 minutes, and if he's not here by 7:30, I'm going to sue him. Yeah, that seems right. How's everybody doing today? I am still setting up a couple things here. Fun fact about my audio setup. To get you guys music, I don't know why this is, it has to be super, 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 super loud. Which, it's not that loud for you guys. It's incredibly loud for me. Which, that's why my headphones are not fully on my ears. I feel like someone's going to comment on that, so I want to address it. It's because if I have these on my ears fully while music is going, it will deafen me, which is why I usually don't have my headphones on in streams. But I'm going to need these to hear Nikhil, and we're going to shut music off when that happens, because audio looping is weird. But that answers that before anyone asks. So, if he's early, sue him also. Okay, that is also fair. That is also fair. But yes, welcome everybody to the third episode of this this little Marvel rewrite project. It is going to be, presumably, and hopefully, the Mutants episode, because the presence of Nikhil, who knows more about the topic than I do, admittedly. So far, we have covered, we've kind of been going in, like, sort of chronological order of, like, starting at, you know, what sort of issue 1 of this new universe would be, and going forward from there. We'll do a recap, but I kind of would like to wait till Nikhil gets here to do a recap, so that he can also hear it. I don't know if he's been watching the episodes on VODs. But yes, we've done some Avengers stuff, some universe setup stuff. Last episode I said was going to be Avengers, and then mostly was magic things. But today we're doing mutants. Let's see, what else can I'm going to text him, actually. I'm going to be like, just let me know when you're ready. Actually, you know what? He's smart. He can figure out to do that on his own. Let me do some general stream announcements and stuff before we get into possibly recap, whatever it is. Who knows? First off, I'll just go ahead and say, if you would like to see a recap, or actually if you would like to see the actual creation of this stuff and not a recap, I do have a YouTube VODs channel now. It is my YouTube. It is the Sir Superhero YouTube. It is mostly just a place for VODs and stuff. But there's a lot of fun stuff on there. There's a game show that I ran for a bit, and that will be coming back next month. There's some like RPG, tabletop RPG things. There are previous episodes of this. There are other fun VOD things. That link has just been put in the chat. Thank you, Amy. Also, I think was it literally last night? It was last night or the night before. I did upload the second episode of this series. So both previous episodes of this are available on that YouTube channel now. What else? What other announcements? Oh, Outlaws of the Seven, Dungeons and Dragons, up on the D and Dorks YouTube this Wednesday. That's pretty standard announcements stuff. Nothing really fancy there. Plug Comic Gay, I was going to do that last. But I guess that is last now, because I don't really need to leave the streams have moved up an hour thing anymore. My headphones keep slipping. You know what? Screw it. I'm just taking these off. I don't need these yet. I'll need them later, but I don't yet. Anyway. The biggest announcement that is going on right now is I am selling some limited copies of a comic that I wrote called Power Play. The very short version of that story is that I did a Kickstarter a while ago during the pandemic, or actually slightly before the pandemic, and I set stuff up, and then the pandemic happened, and it threw all of the production into like a hell zone, and it finally just shipped out like a bit ago, and because production on that was so annoying, I took very heavy losses on shipping it. So I am trying to sell some of the extra stuff that I have to kind of get some of those losses back, because content is my job, and if I lose money on it, that's bad. So if you would like to buy a comic that I wrote and some extra fun stuff, physical copies of them, info on that is in my Discord. There is a channel that is literally called like Buy Matt's Comic or something like that. That's where all the info is. So if you'd like to buy that, it would help me out a lot. You can get some cool stuff. It's like limited print run, so it's kind of exclusive. And again, you can find all that in my Discord if that is something that interests you. Let me look. Someone did a point where explain the character badly, Blob, and then also said, I didn't mean to do Blob. I meant the pink jello guy. Glob. Blob and Glob. Understandable mix up there. Can I say a more literal Human Torch? I feel like that's weirdly correct to say a more literal Human Torch. That's not wrong. I kind of wish it was, but it is not. Can we get a summary of the story? Yes, the Marvel Universe story. We can. Again, I'm kind of... I would love to wait to do a recap when Nikhil gets here, because he needs to hear it as well. I don't want to have to, recap for 20 minutes and then recap for 20 minutes again once Nikhil gets here. But I can at least, pull up. There's a lot of people here. Hello, welcome everybody. I need to start setting up a couple things here, but I can at least start like framing things correctly so that you guys can look at stuff. Do some general recap things. For everyone who just got here recently, we are kind of in a holding pattern right now while we wait for Nikhil to arrive. He said he would be at some point like half an hour late, maybe. So hopefully soon. But do they light Glob on fire? Yeah, Amy, did you not know they light Glob on fire? He's made of like wax. He's very flammable, and they light him on fire. And I'll bring up a picture of that. I'll bring up a picture. We got to stall for time. I'll show you pictures of Glob Herman on fire. Yeah, it's literally the first. Oh, see, I was doing a bit I didn't even know it was like a canon bit. It's literally the first thing that comes up when you Google Glob Herman. They 100% do light him on fire. It is an active strategy that they have employed many a time. Okay, let's see. Let me hold that here. As you guys can look at this beautiful image of Glob Herman on fire, I'm going to set up my concurrent TikTok live because there's no reason not to, really. Oh my god, Glob. Yeah, Glob is great. Okay, hold on. Let me slap this thing here. There we go. I rearranged my tripod setup recently, and it doesn't actually work as well anymore, and I just have never bothered fixing it, which means I probably never will, because I'm very good at my job. Why are his eyes not in front of his eye sockets? Because he's a blobby guy. He is basically made of wax with bones and organs. That is disgusting, but it is the most accurate way I can describe Mr. Glob Herman. Explain character badly, Brick Frog. It's Venture Bros. I don't like to set the precedent of doing explain character badly for like universes that I don't know. I feel like that's usually a bad idea. But at least for the sake, I will Google Brick Frog for you. Because, again, I don't... Oh, is he just a Brickbat reference? Is this a Brickbat reference? He's a guy in a frog suit that throws bricks at people. That's got to be a Brickbat reference, especially with Brickbat being green, right? That's 100% got to be a bit. Was that a crutch or your tripod? No, it wasn't a crutch. It was just, I just lifted my tripod through the camera and it probably looked weird because you only saw the bottom of it. I've only known Glob for 1 minute, but I would die for him. Yeah, he's very nice. He's a very nice guy. I think he was, Oh, Nikhil said he'd be there in 10. Great, I only have to vamp for 10 minutes. Okay, what should I name this stream on TikTok? I'm just gonna call it Marvel Mutant Mayhem and people will figure it out, right? Probably, maybe. Heck if I care. I'm a little late. We just vamping. We are going to start the actual content in about 10 minutes, but that's when Nikhil gets here. Basically, I want to do a recap of the previous 2 episodes of this series for everyone who's new, but I also don't know what Nikhil has seen, and I don't want to have to do a recap for everybody and then do a recap again once Nikhil gets here. And since Nikhil is, like, participating, he has to get the recap so that he can know exactly what we're doing. So I'm just waiting for him, and then we're going to do a recap. So I'm just going to vamp, kind of do whatever for, like, 10 minutes. I'm still setting some stuff up right now. I'm not rushing because there's no need to. And then Nikhil will be here in, like, 10 minutes, and we will start the actual content. Okay, just kind of set that there. Is that framed good enough? It's framed fine. And fine is the bar. Thank you for the Prime sub. Gridlock Clown. I don't need to leave this burning wax man up on your screens anymore. Hold on, let me go back to me. Not burning, not wax man. What do you think about the Cosmic Fury intro? I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I actually watched it fully. Isn't it basically just the Dino Fury intro again? Isn't it mostly just the Dino Fury intro a second time? I know you don't have the best opinion of the Inhumans, but who would be your favorite? So, I probably gave some people the wrong idea in my my mutants video where I said no one cares about the Inhumans. Shut up, you stupid alarm. I don't give a shit. God. I keep turning that alarm off and it doesn't want to turn off. Anyway, sorry about that. As I was saying, I probably gave some people the wrong idea in my video where I said no one cares about, or the Inhumans don't matter. I actually do like the Inhumans. I think the Inhumans are kind of an interesting team, but Marvel doesn't like the Inhumans. Marvel consistently like mishandles them or doesn't use them at all. And it's just kind of janky for that. But I don't dislike them. I really don't dislike them. Is the pancreas complaining? My blood sugar, for those who don't know, I'm type 1 diabetic, and my blood sugar is doing a very annoying thing where it's like, I have a thing that detects what my blood sugar is, and it goes off if it gets above or below a certain point, and my blood sugar is like hovering right around the point where it goes off, so it'll go like just above the limit, and then down, and then above, and then down, and then above, and then down, because it just fluctuates a little bit naturally, and the alarm keeps going off every time, and it's very annoying. What's a superhero team you think doesn't get enough love? The Midnight Suns. They got a video game, and that was cool. It was cool that they got a video game, but team is still very underrated. If you ask someone who their favorite Inhuman is and they say anything but Kamala, block them. The thing is that Kamala doesn't, like, she never mattered as an Inhuman. Like, she was never really involved in the Inhuman stuff, and it's because it kind of makes sense that she should have been a mutant from the start anyway. That's a sort of controversial take, but it's a take that I stand by. Do you need food? No, I'm good. I'm good today. I'll eat something afterwards. Amy wants you to check your DMs and show the stream. Check your... Okay, hold on. I'm not going to show the stream my DMs. I feel like I would accidentally dox someone, but I will check them. Oh, if it's an image, okay, I can show an image. What is this? Is this Iceman? What is this? Amy, why did you curse? Why did you? Oh, I didn't switch back to the screen where you guys can see things. Amy, why would you do this to me personally? Explain character bias for Blob and Tyrannix the Abominate. Tyrannix the Abominate, Warhammer 40k looking. No, that Warhammer 40k mental illness is the only thing I could explain for the Abominate. I think that's funny. Blob, big. His power is. I mean, his power is that. Juggernaut, but worse. Opposite Juggernaut, not worth the time. Did Iceman make both a Raining Man and a twink? He made several jokes. For those who don't know, Iceman is very gay. Who do you think Captain Krakoa is in the new Uncanny Avengers? New Uncanny Avengers? Heck if I know. I know it was Cyclops. I don't know if it still is or if it's a new guy. All that's important to the Cosmic Fury intro is that Fern and Billy got a spot. Well, yeah, because Fern is definitely not the Orange Ranger, and then we know that Billy's there. Why are there so many Bobbies? That I don't know. Lots of... It's raining twinks. It's raining twinks. What's the actual difference between mutants and humans in lore? Okay, hold on. That's something I can talk about. Man, I'm waiting for Nikhil and telling everybody the difference between mutants and humans is very weirdly representative of my TikTok career. Waiting for collabs and vamping on stupid garbage in the meantime. So I did a whole video on TikTok about like what mutants are, and the video wasn't like super clear, but that's also because the concept isn't super clear. Like the definition of mutant in the Marvel Universe is stupid and bad. What Inhumans are an alien experiment, either from the Celestials or the Kree. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I could Google it, but I don't want to. They are basically like mutants. They don't have an X gene, but they have genetic sort of code and sequences that give them superpowers, just like mutants do. The difference is that while X-Men, or mutants, I should say, X genes was what I was meaning there. While X genes are just like, yeah, you have superpowers that will probably activate at some point in your life. I just like made my camera way too orange by accident. Oh well, I'll fix that as I'm talking. While the mutants will get their powers usually like when something stressful activates the X gene. Inhumans will get their powers when exposed to a certain substance. It is more reliable and it is more controllable. You know, it's called Terrigen. Does that make sense? Inhumans are Kree. Okay, Kree. Nice. Does that make sense? Think of Inhumans as more reliable and predictable mutants because they don't get their powers at random. They get their powers when exposed to a certain substance. I think that tracks. If we're vamping, can we make vampires? That's more of a project than it seems. But at this point, Nikhil's going to be here in like 5 minutes. Actually, I need to bring up my text so that I can see when he's here. And I'm on the right. Okay. Hang on. Okay. I'm setting up stuff. I had to make sure that I was on the right camera screen so that I did not accidentally dox Nikhil's phone number. I'm so terrified that I'm gonna do that whenever I bring up messages on my phone or on my stream. Your Ben 10 vids are popping off. They really are. I don't even know why, man. Like, I'm not arguing with it. I'm certainly not arguing with it. But it's wild how much the Ben 10 videos are doing right now. Inhumans have unpredictable powers, just more predictable activation. Yes, that's what I was referring to. I think there have been 2 shelf showcases. Probably. I've been if it happened when I was trying to set stuff up with Nikhil, that would explain why I did not see it. Let me boot up one thing here. Sorry, I gotta make sure that my Skype is working. Skype is really stupid, guys. I hate using it. And then I'll do the point rewards. Oh, good. It actually... Did they fix the bug? Did they fix the NDI source bug? Oh my god. I shouldn't say that. I might be speaking too soon here. What is my hair doing? What is the shape that it has made? I'm learning that I really should not like brush or shower immediately before going live. How are there Inhumans like Lockjaw? I don't remember if Lockjaw was a dude that became a dog or was just an Inhuman dog. There is an answer to that. I just genuinely do not remember it. God, I really need to shave too. Oh well, I'll fix all that later. Who cares if I'll be on small camera for most of this stream. Who cares? Anyway, Shelf Showcase. Because I've been playing with it this whole time, this is my new gavel that Saint got me. It's engraved. You will see this in use on Wednesday. Well, used for its intended purpose, I should say. Lockjaw's currently an actual dog. Good, that's better. What's another thing? I don't have a lot of, like, new stuff, is the thing. I try to usually show, like, new things or relevant things, and I don't have anything that's, like, crazy new or relevant right now. Sorry, I'm standing up to get a better look at my shelves to find something... What's something mutant-y for today? Sure, why not? Why not this? This is, I don't even remember what, Battle World, like the Battle World minis game. It's not even like a mini, it's a game for kids. I got some of these because they had a symbiote series and this is Venom Storm. This isn't Storm, this is Captain Marvel. I just thought it was Storm because I saw the white mohawk. Hold on. I thought that was Venom Storm because of the, okay. Do I have a mutant one? Do I have anyone mutant related? No. Man, I have like no mutant merch, it seems. Also, if people are saying things in chat, I'm not seeing them yet. I'll look at a second. I'm realizing now how little mutant stuff I actually own. Which makes sense. I mean, it's the sphere I know least about in Marvel, on the whole. Eh, screw it. Tiny Hobgoblin. This isn't a mutant, but here you go. He's just a little dude. Just a little guy. Just a little tiny Hobgoblin, man. Done. Requirement fulfilled. Put him back where he goes. There we go. Ah, okay. Is that miniseries why there was that Chibi Battle World web series? Probably. Probably. Matt needs a Magneto helmet for bad hair days. I mean, I have a Spider-Man helmet and I have a Khonshu helmet. Quick, well, I can't see us do arson. Are people doing arson? For your next Ben 10 video, could you do feedback? I'm doing the Andromeda 5 right now. I was going to do that today, and I ended up not. Or the next one today. But I'm going to do the Turtle, Terraspin. I'm going to record that probably tonight after the stream, depending on how tired my voice is. Yeah, I'll do it anyway. Because I got commitments tomorrow. But yeah, so I'll do Terraspin next. Where's Nikhil? Is he late? Is he late? Has he missed his obligation? He is late. He said be there in 10 at 7:13 and it's 7:26. He's got 4 minutes till he's late. I was talking about this in the Discord. Do you think Secret Wars 84 is good? Secret Wars 84 is the original, right? Secret Wars 84 is the first one. I'm not good with dates on things that happened before I was born. That's not Secret Wars 2. That's the original. Secret Wars 84 is just... It's a solid comic for one that was just for toy sales, you know? It's a solid one that was just for toy sales. Also, for anyone yelling at me because I was late to my own show, so I can't talk. The reason I was late to my own show is because I was talking with the D and Dorks cast on how to fix the quality of our TikToks. Because something happened where like the audio visual quality on our TikToks lately has tanked. It was never great, but it's tanked for the Outlaws ones. And I'm trying to figure out why so that we can have better quality. Like the last TikTok we posted, the bit that we recorded is good. It's god awful video quality and it's bugging me. So I'm trying to somehow get that fixed. Threaten him with bodily harm. It's a Spider-Man reference. Yeah, I can do that. It is very funny. Somewhat, when I did the Ch'od video, which is doing horrible, and I am going to make fun of Nikhil for that, someone in the comments was like, I love y'all's friendship. And I was like, we're just yelling at each other online. Which I guess, yeah, that is a very good sort of brand of friendship. Are y'all still using Skype for D&Dorks? Oh yeah, I'll tell this story, because this story's funny while I wait for Nikhil to arrive. So we are still using Skype for D&Dorks. We're going to be changing that, or at least beta testing a different system in October for Agents of Hades. But here's the reason we're still using Skype, right? To get audio and video sources into a streaming platform, you need to use something called an NDI source. That's what I'm going to be using tonight to get Nikhil in when he arrives. Not a lot of video calling platforms actually enable NDI sources. Like Discord is a classic. Discord does not allow NDI sources. You can just have, you know, like audio playing through the browser, and that's what most people do, but you can't get video in there. The only ones that actually use an NDI source, or actually allow an NDI source, are like Skype, Microsoft Teams, which is expensive and not good for our purposes, and Zoom. Here's the thing. If you Google like Zoom NDI, if you don't believe me, you can do this right now. The thing that will come up is a little blurb from Zoom's own website that says NDI sources can be used in Zoom rooms or something like that, right? So we were like, okay, cool. The problem with Zoom is that it's a paid subscription. It's better quality, but it is, you know, we do have to pay for it. So at this point in the show, we're like, I guess we could do this, right? We're professional enough D&D players. We have enough of a budget where we can spend like the $15 a month to get the higher Zoom quality. Like, that's fine, right? Here's the thing. As we found out about 2 weeks ago, Zoom Rooms is a different service that costs over three times as much. Awful. Like I said, you Google it, it says NDI is available in Zoom Rooms, and that R is capitalized. Very subtly, that R is capitalized. Because Zoom Rooms is different and costs more money, and it sucks. It sucks and is bad. It is misleading marketing. It really pisses me off. But yeah, it is like $50 a month, and I think that's before tax, so it's realistically like $55 to $60, which is like, can we afford that? Yes. Do we want to afford that? Not really. There is like a month-long free trial though, so we're going to be beta testing that for the October miniseries, and then if the quality is like notably better, we're gonna move on from there. But we decided like we don't want to really test this during Outlaws. Like that seems like a bad idea. So yeah, that's the reason that we're still using Skype, is because Zoom is misleading. Yes, as a teacher, I found that out the hard way. It's so dumb. Like, look, I can show you. I have a screen capture. What am I doing? I'm gonna show you this because it makes me so mad. Does Zoom allow NDI? Just Google, does Zoom allow NDI? Check this out. Stream. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Verbatim. Video producers can use NDI with Zoom rooms, but the R is capitalized. Bullshit. I'm so mad about this. We were like, we're so ready to get better quality for our streams. No, it costs $50 a month. Anyway, yeah, it awful. Business is horrible. I hate it. But yeah, we're going to be beta testing a better quality system in October. And as I said, if it provides good enough boosts, we're going to be running with it. Also, there is an ad break coming up, which is fine by me because hopefully Nikhil will be here soon. He said 10 minutes and he lied. He's a liar. He's not like messaging me on Skype, is he? No, I have Skype up and he has not messaged me on there. Oh well. I'll keep vamping. It's what I do on TikTok Live, and amazingly people have stayed for it, so thanks for staying around for me just talking about random nonsense till Nikhil gets here. I feel like Rooms is a bad name for your premium service. Well, that's the thing. It's not a premium service. It's a different service. It's so weird. It is not Zoom upgrades to Zoom Rooms. There is Zoom and there is Zoom Rooms, which is different. I don't want to rant about this. This is not a positive or entertaining thing to watch me rant about. I'm mad about it, and I'll leave it at that. Let's change the subject. The hydrate message still says my car broke down. No, it doesn't. No way it still says my car broke down. I have deleted that description twice. The hydrate description still says that? I have fixed that two separate times. This is going to be the third time. Does it not let the description be blank? Is that the problem? Is it because I'm just deleting the description? Okay, hydrate. Oh my god, it says description option. Okay. Okay. You know what? That should fix it. If that doesn't fix it, I'm going to be so confused. I just made the description a single space. I just hit space bar and entered it. Did that fix it? I don't know why I'm asking you guys. I can look myself. Oh, okay. Maybe you have to refresh the page. Maybe I have to refresh the page. This is a fine thing to be doing during an ad break. No one cares about this. Oh my god, it didn't fix it. What the hell? Okay. You know what? I know. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do, chat. I'm gonna do this live. I'm gonna prove this. Okay. All right. Here we go. You can look at this picture. Okay. Viewer rewards, channel points. Bam. There's my interface. We're gonna do this on camera. All right. There's that. Manage rewards and challenges. Custom rewards. Edit. It says optional. Right? So there shouldn't need to be anything in there. It's empty. I'm going to click save. That should have fixed it. Right? Can I not? Now, did it fix it? I hope it did. Nope. Okay. This is a great thing to just screw around with while we wait for Nikhil, who still has not texted me and also has not messaged me on Skype. So he'll be here probably if he's not lawsuit. Should I edit this out of the VOD or should I leave this vamp? People can skip, right? Maybe I'll put a little like marker in the VOD. It's like this is when Nikhil actually arrives. Okay. Channel points, manage rewards and chat. Here's what I'm gonna do. I have turned hydrate off. I'm gonna turn it off, update it, and then turn it back on. Maybe that's what's being weird. Is it doesn't want to update when it's active. Let's try this one. Did that fix it? What the hell? Why is it still there? Okay. There. I have updated it again. I have updated it again. If this doesn't fix it, I'm going to scream. I fixed it. And because I was like just trying to fix it randomly, I literally typed in Dream Quarter, and that's what it's going to be now forever. Apparently, despite the fact that the description says optional, it does have to have something in there or it doesn't work. Misspelled intentionally. Misspelled intentionally. I think Dream Quarter is funny. That's my type of not very funny humor. That's maddening that the description says optional and it is not actually, but seems like you're having a stressful day, mostly for the bit. I'm not actually mad about this. It's just funny. Also, I do want this stream to like start soon, but we'll have to see. Oh. He's here! He's here! Okay, give me a second to port his stuff in. Give me a second to port the boys' stuff in. That means music goes off. I really need to figure out how to do music and like audio feeds at the same time, but that is a puzzle I have not yet solved. Headphones on. Nikhil isn't online. You just call them and it didn't pick up. You buffoon. You can see it. We're never actually gonna do this stream. The stream's not happening. Okay, hold on. I gotta go off this because I gotta bring up text again. Pick up the call. I'm calling him again. I came here to bully you to see my message. I saw your message! I've called you 3 times! Pick up the call! How about, well, no, if you call me, then I don't know if I can port in the NDI. Tantrum time. This is an outrage. This is an outrage. Nikhil's making a fool out of me in my own home. Nikhil walks into my house and makes a fool out of me. Is he here? I think he's here. Okay, hold on. Let me get his source in. I think he's here. I can hear you. I can't see you yet. I should be at least able to port your source in, so hold on. Add source. Add Nikhil source. Very big. very, very big. To everyone else, it probably just looked like the stream died. Let me fix that. Okay, hold on. We're porting his stuff in. Have patience, everyone. 1 second here. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. There we go. Let me get it to the right size. I'll put you there. And one second. Where's my India? There we go. Okay, everybody, can you hear him? Can you hear Nikhil? Nikhil, say something.
Oh, it's me, Nikhil. Do I look very blue or very normal?
Decent on my end. I think I just look kind of like pinkish red.
Oh.
Now, blue. Very blue now. Oh, very blue and very big. I don't know what just happened.
Alright, hold on 1 second.
It was totally fine, and you were like, "Do I look blue?" No, you look good. Immediate blue. Immediate and very large blue. He's a mutant now.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't know what that was, but we've white balanced again, and I'm not
wait,
blue
wait,
anymore.
wait! You didn't click a setting; it just did that naturally. Shut up, you stupid! I'm gonna turn this.
I
freaking thing off.
think the light where I film for my Twitch in the living room is so yellow that I didn't even notice. My settings had me completely blue, and now I'm in a blue light area, and my settings just made me incredibly blue.
Let me get you to the correct size again. There we go.
Hello, friends.
All right, Nikhil is here. He's late, so he's going to be getting served by a lawsuit soon.
Yeah, not to mention I've missed 2 of them, so I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. I have been awkwardly vamping for 40 minutes because I didn't want to have to do like a 20-minute recap and then do another 20-minute recap when you got here.
Right.
So okay, for the sake of time, we're gonna skip like the beginning stuff that we did, at least for now, because that's like not narrative stuff. But so for everyone who came in the last 20 minutes where I was just talking about things, the project that we are working on right now is we are making sort of like our own version of the Marvel Universe. I've been referring to it as like an Ultimates or Heroes Reborn thing, but better, or MC2 if you want to make a better comparison. So like same characters, same general like tones and themes, but in a new way. Nikhil, out of curiosity, what was the last thing you heard about this project?
I left when we figured out Khazar, and that is...
Oh, okay, so you have... Alright, so you didn't hear about like our Avengers stuff yet at all. Okay, nope. So here's how our universe works. I'll go over the general stuff. We'll do it quick. As I'll say again, the previous 2 episodes of this, people in chat, are available on my YouTube VODs channel if you want to go watch the full thing. So, all of this stuff right now, as you can see on the screen here, this is a recap for both the audience and Nikhil, so whatever. This stuff, we're going to kind of skim over quick because this is like the baseline of the universe, like where superpowers come from. It is stuff we had to establish at the start, but the way that we're doing it from here on is like where the readers jump in. Does this make sense? So like this stuff happens chronologically first, but we're going to jump in on like issue 1 of the first series, and then the previous like mysterious backstory will get revealed later.
Sure.
Hold for point rewards. It's been 40 minutes since we got to do this recap. Let me do the recap, and then I'll deal with the point rewards. Okay, so basically, what matters for our purposes here is the Savage Land, which is the zone full of dinosaurs at the bottom of the earth in Antarctica. In our version of the Marvel Universe, it is connected to the Eternals and the Deviants and stuff, and there's lots of weird things here. For reasons that I will skip in the recap for now, the sort of inciting incident for this universe is a bunch of things Deviants especially break out of the Savage Land and go all around the world. Our first superhero then is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, because this is Devil Dinosaur's...
Oh, I came up with that. I did Devil Dinosaur.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Devil Dinosaur comes from the Savage Land, finds Moon Girl. They sort of become the first superhero. Our first villain is still Mole Man. I say still Mole Man because technically you could make argument like Namor versus villain, but the first villain that, matters a lot is still Mole Man, because Mole Man just has an army of monsters and kaiju that also escaped from the Savage Land. So the first thing is basically monsters from the Savage Land get out. Some of them make their way to New York City, and then they have a big monster fight. That is the inciting incident for this universe. Things have begun. Now, that I think was the last thing that Nikhil heard, right?
Yes,
okay,
I heard all of it.
The next thing that sort of happens in this universe is obviously a bunch of monsters start fighting in New York City. Governments and stuff start looking for things to deal with that in case it happens again. Now, I think a more normal Marvel universe, Tony Stark would probably be the go-to for that, for like, hey, go make, weapons to stop monsters. In this universe, Norman Osborn gets the military contract, because we are starting with, like, Siege Dark Reign, basically.
Okay.
So Norman Osborn becomes Iron Patriot straight up. He's, like, the first guy after Moon Girl. And he makes his own team out of people that he hired and somewhat experimented on. That is sort of a hybrid of the original Avengers and the Sinister Six. I will go through all of them. But the team is called the Spectacular Six. That is the first superhero team in this universe. The team is Bruce Banner, whose origin is largely the same. He turns into the Hulk, but then he and Norman make the Goblin Serum as a way to hopefully control Hulk stuff. So we kind of end up with an Ultimate-style, bulkier Goblin that is Gamma Goblin. That's our first Spectacular Six member.
Great. Love it.
Second is Hank Pym Ant-Man. He's basically the same. His stuff matters later, but he's still the same character. Third one, now we're starting to get weirder. The Shocker, but it's Electro. It is Max Dillon as the Shocker, who I believe, his origin that we had is he was the guy who got experimented on by Osborn, got weird powers, and threatened to expose his whole operation. But in the comics, Electro's only in it for money. That's his one personality trait. So Osborn's like, hey, if you don't blow the whistle on this, I will pay you a ton and you can be a superhero. And Electro's like, cool, I'll be the Shocker and I'll be on your team. No.
Why not Electro?
Because it's funny that it's Shocker in an actual Shock character, electric character, not Shockwaves. I wanted to mix it up a little bit. The next two are the weirdest ones, but I think my favorite of them. Jim Hammond Human Torch and Ultron Hybrid, intentionally.
Yes, I've been very confused about this Jim Hammond that I've been seeing on the document.
Basically, original Human Torch made by Pym and Osborn, and he is kind of narratively a combination of Jim Hammond and Ultron that is Wonder Man. He is like an android created by them on the team. He will have more narrative stuff later. And then the last member of this team is Mysterio, who originally is very much like the sort of Far From Home Mysterio that we got in the MCU. There are some MCU elements in this, where he is like the team's guy in the chair, and the actual Mysterio identity is basically just like a PR thing. Like, look at this cool superhero from like another world that has joined the Spectacular Six. But the bit here, to kind of bring this in line with some original Avenger stuff, is that this is actually Loki. The illusion tech that he is using is actually just Loki's illusion magic, because like Loki forming the original Avengers, Loki gets involved in superhero stuff immediately and is pretending to be this illusion guy and messing with stuff. So
it's Loki pretending to be a normal person, pretending to be someone from another world.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Love it.
It's stupid and crazy, and it gets way weirder. This is our Spectacular Six team. They are real superheroes. They're not like bad guys, but they're kind of garbage. And the way that they are exposed as kind of garbage is the Jackal, another Spider-Man character coming in here immediately. Jackal is a scientist that works for Osborn, doing like weird cloning genetic modification experiments on the deviants that Osborn has captured. He takes it too far. He gets fired, but he takes some of his research with him and goes into like the sewers or whatever, and basically starts doing human experimentation, just, being a weirdo like Jackal is, on people in New York City, making all sorts of monsters. Norman and the Spectacular Six know this fully, but Norman specifically does not want to track Jackal down and stop him, because he does not want that to get traced back to his operation, right? He does not want it to get revealed that Jackal was like taking stuff from Oscorp, and that's how this whole nonsense got started. And Moon Girl's taking care of it. Moon Girl's fighting these monsters, and so Norman and the Spectacular Six don't really worry about the street level stuff. They let the vigilantes take care of it, kind of like intentionally negligent, because it's getting handled, and that's how we sort of have vigilantes operating in the same space as the Spectacular Six. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Second vigilante that we get is Wasp, Janet Van Dyne. She is still Hank's wife in this universe, but she finds out that Hank and the Spectacular Six are kind of intentionally letting these monsters run amok. So she takes some of Hank's tech and becomes a vigilante on her own secretly to fight that kind of stuff. So we have a...
So she's not in the Spectacular Six?
No, she is a separate person, and she is going to be one of the people that founds the actual Avengers. This is not the actual Avengers. They will matter later. So, Wasp becomes a hero. At the same time, Otto Octavius, who is an Oscorp scientist, also defects to become a vigilante. Otto fully defects originally just because he is, a scientist with wounded pride, kind of stereotypical thing. Osborn takes credit for some of his stuff. Otto gets mad and is like, I'm gonna hunt down Jackal just to expose Oscorp, not because I want to be a good guy, but because I want revenge on Norman, and then kind of has his like superior Spider-Man style arc where he becomes like a better person. These people then start to work together to fight Jackal's monsters and become the first Avengers. The name comes from the fact that they are avenging like the victims of Jackal's nonsense that the Spectacular Six ignore, right? Other characters on this team. These are all thrown in and we can come up with more detail.
One of these is already grabbing my attention.
Which one? We can go through in whatever order you want, Nikhil.
Well, we've covered Moon Girl, Wasp, and Doc Ock. And the next one is Iron Man, Danny Rand.
In this universe, Danny Rand fails the dragon test, does not become Iron Fist, and gets really butthurt about it, and so he uses his money to become a superhero that way.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Is it still Asian influence at all, or no?
I would say if it is Asian influence at all, that is framed as something he probably shouldn't be doing.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It is, if there's anything there, it is not framed as a positive, and we will bring in the real Iron Fist later. That is something that is seen soon. Sentry I want to do last, because Sentry's funky. Bucky Barnes Nomad, I'm going to jump to that last. He was like an old experiment. Otto kind of dug him up, sort of. He was living on his own as a hermit after being modified a long time in the past. And Otto brings him into the team. I thought Bucky before Cap was an interesting idea, so we're gonna do that, and then we can bring Cap in later.
Is Cap like?
We have not worked on Cap at all yet, so we can.
But what is Bucky's origin? Is he not Bucky?
No, Bucky. He was an old like super soldier program experiment kind of thing, and then just sort of dipped and became a hermit because it's not Steve with his nobility. It's Bucky who's like, I don't want to be involved in this, and then he comes back later.
Okay.
So Groot is a setup for later stuff. Groot is a space setup that we have not done too much with, but Groot is still an alien. But because he's a tree monster, people in New York and the rest of the Avengers assume that he is one of Jackal's mutants. Or, mutants. And he never corrects them because he's just like, yeah, I want to help out. And also he can't speak English. He can only say I'm Groot. So he never corrects them. And then he's revealed as an alien later. And that's a thing. We'll do space. Cool. Probably not in this episode. But the reason that Amy pitched, I think, is we take the MCU origin of Star-Lord where Yondu comes to get him. Make that Rocket. Like Rocket is hired to go get Quill for some bounty or something. Fucks it up. Crashes. And then Groot comes to Earth later looking for Rocket to get him. And so that was a great idea from Amy. We will go back to that in maybe like next week's episode or something.
When you're on an ad break, do they hear all this after the ads finish?
No.
Or
no, unfortunately, ad breaks are annoying, but I need the money. Ads aren't on VODs though. Ads aren't on VODs at the very least.
I am unemployed and also
technically same. So I feel you.
What do you mean technically? What is the technical?
I mean, like, I have this. That gets me money.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, the last member of our Avengers team is the Sentry. This was very fun. I like this. Sentry's also Loki. Sentry is, like, I don't know if we wrote this down, but this is, like, Lady Loki. To, like, split them up a little bit more. Totally just Loki, both sides. Characterizes herself as a rival to Mysterio. Is literally just Loki screwing around. Like, playing both sides, having fun, playing people against each other, messing around. And then, like, since they are rivals, they just fight each other in every team fight. Which is just Loki doing illusions to make it look like something cool is happening. I also think the scene would be very funny of, like, Mysterio, Norman confronting Mysterio when Sentry shows up. Like, hey, this is all a fake PR stunt, right? Why is there someone out there claiming to be, like, your cosmic rival? What the heck is up with that? So that's the Avengers team that we have. So, at some point, this is sort of getting close to the year one crossover kind of thing. The ending year one crossover. Eventually, the three factors... the Spectacular Six, the Avengers, and Jackal settle into like a pattern where everything is at least kind of handled, right? Spectacular Six handles big super villain threats. Jackal's making monsters. The Avengers handle Jackal's monsters. And Loki gets bored. Loki has messed with 2 out of 3 of these factors, so he decides to go and mess with the third one. And he is going to go give Jackal the Life Stone. By the way, we have different Infinity Stones in this world. We blended the Infinity Stones with the Octessence. So the stones that we have now, most of them are the same. We have Power, Space, Mind, Time. Soul was split into Life and Death. And then there is, like, the Reality Stone was split into the Matter Stone, which might be name changed. I don't love that name as much. And then the Void Stone. So, like, existence versus, like, non-existence, emptiness. Those are the 8 stones in this world.
Okay.
We can go over that later. It was set up for future things. So, Loki gives Jackal the Life Stone, because Jackal's all about genetic engineering and modification and stuff. He powers up his mutants, and then sort of the big, like, crossover event for the end of year 1 is think of it like Civil War in the middle of, like, a monster invasion. That's kind of the big thing, is Jackal's monsters are attacking. The Avengers are fighting them. The Spectacular Six are also fighting the monsters, but the Spectacular Six are also fighting the Avengers at the same time. It's like everyone's fighting each other kind of thing.
So, you only have one villain?
No, this is the main arc, not going super deep. You'll get why once I explain sort of how we go from here. I'll explain sort of what I want to do moving forward, but this is the main arc kind of thing.
Okay.
So, how do I phrase it? Like, think of this as, like, the underlying plot line, right? This is not every issue would be focusing on this. They would be doing other things, but, like, this is the thing that's like, building to the Infinity War, which is this, right? Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah. Because if we went through and did, like, individual villains for everybody, at least now, that would take forever. So I want to get the baseline framework, and then we can do specific stories within there. Powers up Jackal with the Life Stone. That whole thing happens. There's a big fight. The aftermath of this, Loki gets revealed, right? The fact that Loki is Mysterio specifically gets revealed. That deals a big PR blow to the Spectacular Six, and in the process kind of legitimizes the Avengers in the eyes of the public. Loki does not get caught. He dips. He vanishes. And then the sort of next arc of the Avengers Spectacular Six arc is Thor shows up to get Loki. And that is where this sort of year 1 Avengers arc finishes. So that's where we're at now.
So he's not exposed as Sif? Or not Sif, as...
Maybe.
Sif?
I have not decided that necessarily yet. I think he would probably, if I'm pitching this now, I think he would be exposed to the Avengers, but not to the public, if that makes sense. The public only finds out that Loki is Mysterio and not both.
Alright.
Then, for fun, we did magic stuff. Because, you know, that's my area. We did a whole bunch of this.
And all the Spider-Man stuff before this has been foreign territory.
Okay, I love this, right? We started off so wild. You know how we established that, like, Doctor Doom was going to be one of the big bads? We made that a lot more. So, in this world, Doctor Doom is very, 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 very old. He is the Sorcerer Supreme because, let's be honest, he probably should be in a lot of cases. The world, at the point where the readers are right now, very low magic. Because in the past, Doctor Doom basically locked it down. And then the reason is not known why I have it on here, but to the readers at this point, the world is very low magic. No one really knows why. Actually, I guess I haven't had to recap this before because this was last week. So I'm trying to think how to make this recap work the best. I guess it would make sense for you to do it in chronological order in universe. So, very long time ago, Doctor Doom was Sorcerer Supreme, had his, like, sanctum in Latveria or whatever, and then there were other sanctums around the world, as is kind of the case in a lot of things. As I was thinking about this, I remembered, like, a one-off line from Infinity War, and then based a huge chunk of this on that line, which is when Strange is talking to Ebony Maw, and he says, like, you'll find a dead man's spell is quite unbreakable. Something like that, right?
Right.
Doom doesn't want everyone around the world having magic. He thinks that he is the only person worthy of holding this. So he wants to lock it down so that he is the only person that can have it. What he does is he coordinates all of the, like, sanctum masters that he oversees around the world to do this like very strong but very temporary like magic dampening spell, basically. Like he comes up with some excuse for it. It's like, oh yeah, we need, some magical entity is coming to Earth. We need to stop it. So we need to like shut down magic for like an hour. And as that spell is happening, he kills them all and does it in such a way that it makes the spell lasting. So now magic in this world is shut down. Doom is the only one who has access to it. But Doctor Strange had his sanctum in what would become New York. Strange is also old in this world. Strange is from like centuries ago.
Right.
Jackal, meddling with the Life Stone in New York, necromancies Strange and brings him back to life, which ends the magic spell. So magic is basically reactivated in New York specifically. Right?
Love it.
Now here's where things get really, 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 really funky. Dormammu senses this, right? Dormammu is still off in the dark dimension. His thing is he tangled with Doom in the past, does not want to do that again. So, like, he does not influence stuff, but he does notice this. He does not want to go to Earth, though, but he wants to figure out what happened. So, he sends his son Doyle. We're going into Strange Academy immediately. Not actually Strange Academy, but Strange Academy characters. Doyle, who is, like, son of Dormammu, so more evil at this point, goes down to Earth, check it out, ends up kind of liking Earth and becomes a superhero. Specifically, he becomes this universe's Hellstorm. So Doyle Dormammu Hellstorm is our first magical hero, which
okay.
I like it. I think it's a wild choice, but
I think it's great. I can't believe you have Hellstorm in this in general.
I did not come up with Hellstorm first. I was like, I want Doyle to be the first magic hero because that's cool, and then we decided that the name Hellstorm worked.
No, it does. Just Hellstorm is the son of Satan.
Right? Yeah, and so son of Satan, son of Dormammu, the line sort of it tracks. So Dormammu can't go to Earth. He sends Doyle instead. Doyle gets into a magic fight with another villain. Basically, I think we said it was the Hood, and a combination of him and like MCU Vulture. Basically, like.
Yeah, I'm noticing Adrian Toomes.
Yes. So, you know how Adrian Toomes in the MCU, he like goes around, takes stuff from the aftermath of superhero fights. He takes the Cloak of Levitation and becomes the Hood, the Vulture, and takes some other magic stuff. And that is who Doyle fights. First person that after Doyle fights him, he's like, hey, it's weird that all of this magic stuff was just around. Where does he get this? He finds the Sanctum. Strange is not there. He finds the Sanctum unguarded. Strange is gone. So he's like, okay, well, before I go back and report to Dormammu, I should probably find this mysterious wizard so that we know what's going on. As this is happening, Dormammu is getting pissed that Doyle has not come back yet, right? Dormammu's like, it's been too long. Why are you not reporting back on this? So, I think I put Ant in here, which is technically wrong, but Dormammu sends Doyle's cousin, Clea, to go get Doyle. Because I realized it has never been addressed that Doyle and Clea are cousins, which is really interesting. Never been brought up once. So I wanted to bring that up. Clea comes to Earth and is like, okay, you need to come back to the dark.
Are you frozen? You're frozen on my end.
I think I'm good. I'm good on my end. I'm watching my own stream and it looks okay.
Yeah, you're fine. I just had to reboot.
Oh, weird. So Clea comes back and is like, okay, you got to return to the dark dimension, but fine, we'll go find your mysterious missing wizard first. The sort of second arc of the Hellstorm series is they, go search the other sanctums around the world for Strange, kind of sort of reactivating more magic things in the process. They find Strange eventually, and surprise, surprise, it's Clea's ex from like 1,000 years ago who just disappeared without a trace. They still have their relationship in this world. This convinces Clea to also abandon Dormammu in the Dark Dimension. They stay there, and that is where we sort of left off for the magic arc. And that is where we are at right now. So we have our sort of first Avengers arc, we have our first magic arc, and since you're here, I figured we were going to start doing like a first mutants arc and how that is going to work in this world. What do you think so far about all of the nonsense we have done?
I think this is beautiful. No
Thank
notes.
you.
One note, and that is that you put Aurora in Wakanda. But other than
Yeah,
that,
I did do that because I thought it would be cool if she was like a Sanctum Master, but we can change that.
Kenya's a country.
What?
Kenya's a
We
country.
can make it Kenya.
The one that she's
we
from.
can make it Kenya. Yeah, these sanctums are like very, very sort of loose. None of these are locked down. I did make Man Thing a sanctum
Good.
guy. I think it would actually be fun if he was one that technically didn't die. Like put Man Thing in the Amazon rainforest, and when Doom's spell tried to kill him, he didn't die, but his consciousness like merged with the area and made him Man Thing, and he's just been chilling there ever since.
Love it.
Yeah. And also, yeah, like Gateway's technically a mutant guy that we made a Sanctum Master, but that makes sense. The goal was to have them like spread out around the world, being sort of roughly in every continent. I think we actually did put one in every continent, right? Except we didn't do Antarctica because that's a savage land, and we put that's what we did. We didn't do Antarctica, but then we did one in Asia, like one in the Middle East, to kind of split that difference. So it's still 7, but split up like that.
Nice.
So now we want to do mutants, right? I mean, that's what I brought you in for. Well, I mean, I say that's what I brought. For those who don't know, Nikhil's also just like gonna be in this series now.
I mean,
if
probably.
Nikhil is welcome in this series, not necessarily gonna be here all the time, but is always welcome. Also, Nikhil's streaming on his own channel now. You should go and watch it. What's your stream schedule?
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
Actually, I have a good idea. Since it's been like an hour of recapping, I actually am gonna run to the bathroom really quick. You tell people what your stream like plans are while I do that, so we don't have to go to a break. I'll just put you on the spot. I'll be back in like 60 seconds. You plug your stuff.
I'll hold your chat. Hello everyone. I now stream Nikhil Clayton Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, 3 p.m. Pacific, unless I forget. Lego Marvel superheroes. I am unemployed, bored, and need money, so we're trying Twitch. Matt seems to like it, so we're doing it. I've enjoyed. I don't get 70 goddamn people though. Hello everyone. The streams are very fun. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Anyway, yes, let's crowd farm mutant ideas so I can seem impressive. Plans for Gambit? Yeah. Lots of them. I don't know. Is it funnier to make everything revolve around Gambit or Chad? Because I feel like I could get Matt's goat if I do Chad. Hello, Starships and Dragons. Anyway, Nikhil, you should put an ad for Muns and put them on YouTube because Twitch don't pay for shit. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means, but I will do it. I'm doing YouTube as well. I got a big video in the works, but YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. I lost 500 followers yesterday on TikTok. It's been a wonderful time. Do we have Morlocks? We're absolutely gonna have Morlocks. We're gonna have Morlocks up the wazoo, for sure. And we're gonna have Chad.
Oh yeah, Nikhil, that Chad video is doing so bad. Worst video I've posted in like a month.
No, Matt, your Chad video is doing bad because I did it first. I told you to make a Chad video. You said do it yourself, and I did, and mine did great. And yours did bad because you did it right after mine.
Well, it wasn't right after. It was like a week after.
It's on you.
Sure.
Mine did.
What did yours get? What did yours get? What did yours get?
It did good. Well, good for me. I don't know what your number.
My second account is the only thing that does good now. That's not true. Gold Balls did good, but that's because his name is Gold Balls, so I knew people would watch the video.
Wait, what the fuck did I even do, Chad? Oh, it's 65.
Oh yeah, that is much better than mine. That's like 4 times mine.
Yeah. You gotta what I say to do it.
Yeah, sure. Dude, there are other people in the comments of that video now. It's like, oh, so you can be worn down, so I'm just gonna start bugging you for other things. And I'm like, please do not. Nikhil is a friend of mine specifically.
I just made a request very vocally to many people. That's That's all people had to know.
Okay, hold on. People are doing point. There are two explaining character badlies for Chad. Well, you're getting one because I don't want to come up with two Chad jokes.
You gotta do two Chad jokes. That's the most.
I had to put a new word in my comment sensors because of that video.
No, really?
Yep. And it's caught. And it's.
Is it just Chad?
No.
Did you just block
No, I
Chad?
blocked the word that people like to pronounce it as.
Oh, well. I did DM Claremont. He's not gotten back to me.
Well, that's on him, I guess. Can I just steal Nikhil's thing and say Space Fish Beast? Space Fish Beast.
That's
Ferret
one.
Dad. Ferret
You can do
Dad.
that
The
for one
ferret.
of them. Here's
Space
the second
Ferret
one.
Dad is the second one.
Ah.
Space Ferret Dad is accurate. Okay. Explain character badly. Doorman. Death Incarnate. And then someone did Showcase. I learned earlier, Nikhil, before you arrived, that I have like no mutant related merch to show. It seems. Yeah, Nikhil, go grab something cool. I'll toss this one off to you. Go grab something cool and show the camera.
Well, now I'm sad. I don't actually have
Well,
much.
just you could lie. You could have grabbed one thing and lied and said this is one of my many Gambit things.
Well, I didn't do that though. So.
You know what? Here's Jackal. He's relevant to what we're doing. He's a big bad of this world. Here's the Jackal action figure. I have him doing a little angry pose.
King in Black. Channel points are the only thing I want out of Twitch. It's my favorite thing, and I will do them on my streams when I figure out how.
And channel points are super easy. They are like the easiest interaction thing to do. Bye Shikla. I should probably have them leveraged better than I do, but I don't.
No, I love yours.
Cool.
I love explain a character.
Feel free to steal. Feel free to steal it. Explain a character badly. Chamber. There's a lot of jokes.
Mouth boy.
Well, mouth boy? That is maybe the most wrong way.
Mouth boy.
But that's
mine.
Yeah, it is the all right.
He has a very either he has no mouth or he has a very big mouth, depending on how you decide what a mouth is.
No. No, I don't like that thing that you say. Hey, how about well, now there's an ad break for 50 seconds, so let's vamp for 50 more seconds, and then we'll actually get into making new things an hour and 15 minutes into this.
That's what I bring to a stream.
Go watch Nikhil's streams, too. They'll have the same energy. If you can somehow stomach more of this, then go watch Nikhil's streams, too.
How do we start? Okay. Matt. Question about your version of mutants that you want to do. Can we not do we have to have a thing for them, or can they just still be mutants?
What do you mean? Do we have to have a thing for like?
Because they don't have a thing, you know. Like last time you wanted it to be a disease.
Oh no!
But
I had the rough pitch for that. Yeah, no, they can still just be. I mean, it has to be different enough in some capacity to be interesting, but it does not have to be a radically different pitch. I saved this for you, so obviously It can just be because what's the origin of the X gene now? Is it just something that happened, or is it something weird?
It's not anymore. I believe the Celestial Ogun guy.
Oh no, you're right. I actually know that it's I actually remember this because it was in an episode of Canon Clash. How did I forget? It was specifically Oneg the Prober. Yes, it was specifically the worst named Celestial in all of Marvel, Oneg the Prober, every part of which is bad. So let's change that. Let's make it at least not that one.
But also, I don't like that anyway. Can we have it just be normal mutation?
Yeah.
I don't like that someone did that. I feel like mutants should just be you got a 1 out of 10 shot at being born.
That feels high. That feels like high odds, but yeah.
That should be the odds.
Okay,
1 out of 10.
So here is the thing that we would need to address in that case, though, and that would be why are they just showing up now, right? We could do the thing that a lot of people think that the MCU might do, which is that it's been Krakoa the whole time. But
No.
yeah, I was
No.
like, I don't know if there's a fly in my room. I'll try to hit it with my gavel later. But yeah, no, that's
Just do it like how it was originally gonna be done, I would say, and just have it like it used to be, like a 1 out of 500 or whatever shot, or 1 out of 2 million shot, and then over time it's become more prevalent.
that's
That's what I
fine.
would say. So you still have like Apocalypse can exist, you know, and he was like the only one, and then over time it just became more common of a mutation.
That works for me. I will write down. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna do a little header here. My notes doc for this is so messy, but it works for me.
Or actually, am I allowed to steal things directly from the chat?
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. This we're doing it live for a reason. We're doing it. It can be a collaborative
All right.
effort. We
I
legally
like-
own the rights
I
to
like
everything
this.
you say in the chat.
I like this so much more. So we're gonna steal from Flarkit. Mutants are a thing that naturally occur, but they're naturally going to occur in the far future. And Cable comes back with his fucking X gene, and it is time traveling all over the place. And he is the reason it shows up.
I just
randomly
noticed.
throughout
Hold
the
on.
past.
Whenever someone follows or subscribes, it hides your face entirely.
Yes,
Do
that
I-
was
do
brought
I-
up earlier, and I explicitly told
I
the
was
chat
I was
not
actually
to
gonna say
mention
I was like, do I want to? I think it's kind of funny.
It's great.
If Nikhil, if people are tired of looking at Nikhil's face, give me money and it goes away for a second.
Yes, you can block me.
You can block Nikhil. It
It's
doesn't.
just gonna
It doesn't
cost
get
you
rid of the
$5.
audio. But if you don't want to look at Nikhil's face for a couple seconds, you can get rid of it whenever you like. Okay,
Whenever
so
Cover me up.
hold on. I'm fixing my white balance.
Yes, this is what I want, Lacrimose. I want mutants to exist because Cable is literally fucking around the timeline. That is my
Alright. Cable. Do I write down? I mean, you said literally fucking, right? I'm writing
Yes.
Cable has time travel sex, and this is not something that I thought
is
I was
gonna
ever
make it-
going to write.
which is gonna make an issue because it would mean that somehow every mutant is distantly related to Cable. But I think that is funny because
I was about to say, I was like, so it's just the Summers family as it stands now,
so
anyway.
we turn the Summers family up to 602 and have them all like, but it's like long time, you know, like it's a recessive gene or whatever, and so it takes
We're
a
just
bit.
gonna do like,
It's not like a
is it Alexander the Great, or it's either Alexander the Great or Genghis Khan? I
Yeah,
don't
no.
remember which one, but it's like
It's
so
both.
many people are related to those people.
Yeah, there's like a 1 in 5 chance that you're related to Genghis Khan right now. Like it's crazy.
Also, my camera lagged for a second, and I think it's okay. Hold on. I don't know if I think my bandwidth is being screwy, so I'm gonna end my TikTok live to fix it. Hold on. This will maybe save some bandwidth in case that was going to be an issue.
Wolfjack has hidden me. And has officially
Technically,
my-
Amy did it. Amy did it and disguised it as Wolfjack. That was a gifted sub.
Amy, you tired?
Also,
of
yeah,
looking at me?
sorry about that lag spike. I ended my TikTok live stream, so that should hopefully save a little bit of bandwidth. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to worry about that later. Okay, they made Cable the mutant
Just
Genghis
write-
Khan. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, Cable is mutant Genghis Khan, but like time traveling, so it's like more variated.
Okay. And so yeah, that makes, and then we can say that there's more mutants in the current era just because that's how it worked out. Like it can fully just be a coincidence.
That's
We are
just-
allowed
That's
coincidences.
just when it became the most prevalent. It's a gene thing. It could happen at any time. It's fine.
Okay, cool. So then who do we want to start with? This can be literally anybody. We made Doyle Dormammu our first magical hero, so just anything that we want here.
I have 2 options that I think could be fun,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know which one you're going to enjoy more.
Okay.
Oh, we'll do that. Actually, Starship, you provided me a better one. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense though. Hold on. No. Let's do Chad. I want to.
Hold on.
It all comes from Chad. Chad is our first person, I think.
But is Chad a mutant, Nikhil?
Now, in this one, he is.
Do I?
All this.
I'm the one with the note stock. I can just not write down anything you say.
That's true. I could just keep saying different contradicting things until you write one down.
Yeah, you just throw things at the wall. Throw things at me until I type it down.
Alright. Well, here are my options. Is we either do Chad, or we do Gambit, or we do Leech. Because someone mentioned Leech. I think that's also fun.
That actually would be really interesting if Leech just is the first mutant, thinks he has no powers, doesn't understand anything, and then meets another mutant and is like, hold up.
Are we doing first mutant, like, for real? Like, Namor kind of shit? Or are we doing, like, POV for, like, the reader?
Yeah, audience POV can also be, like, Namor if we want, but, like, this is audience POV.
I think it's very interesting to introduce people to the concept of mutants through a character who nullifies mutants. That would be very odd.
Good odd or bad odd?
Good odd, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, cool. I agree. So, Leech is first mutant. I will put in note.
But not like in real life.
Yeah, I'm writing audience POV.
He has to have people. He has to be able to like notice.
Yeah, I'm writing audience POV there. And do we want to go with okay? I'm assuming that he still looks like a weird little green guy. Yeah.
No, exactly. He looks like a little fucking green dude, and he's a weirdo, and he's just going about his life, and he's trying to find people like him, but he can't. Weirdly. Also, I want to change Leech's power if we can. This is getting in the weeds, but I want Leech to affect physical fucking mutations. It's dumb that he doesn't.
Okay, so just amp more. All right, Leech first mutant. Weird little green guy still, but thinks that's not how you spell that. But thinks that's his only thing.
That's it. It's blissfully unaware.
So okay, then like, Leech is probably just born to normal human parents. Does he just think that he has like some really weird disease? I assume he has weird little green man disease.
I assume that he would know he's a mutant.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I guess I should have said mutant, but like mutant in the traditional sense, not mutant in the X gene sense.
What I think we should do is, if we're thinking of this like as comics,
I want to point out really quick that the mutant section right now says Cable has time travel sex, Leech is first mutant. That is the only things we have written down.
An hour and a half in, folks.
An hour and 20 minutes, and we.
No, but what I think it should be is, I think we should tweak it where Leech, he could be like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, like disregarded as a child, right? So he's like, he gets to the sewers just because he's like an orphan. His parents didn't want him. They throw him away. Okay. And then have the Morlocks come up around Leech, because if we change it to where he affects physical mutations, then it's just like a normal people down there.
Okay, that's we could also play. Oh wait. Okay, that's actually interesting. So, especially if these are like Morlocks with weirder physical mutations generally, right? Because we could fully play that off of, like, if it's mutants living in the sewers, people do just fully assume that it's Jackal's people, that it's Jackal's weird monsters, and then Leech can like stabilize that, and that's why he's sort of important, and that's why that comes up around him. It's like, obviously, people would be nervous around weird physical monstrous mutations, but the Jackal thing gives even more precedent to that. So I think that's cool. Okay, Leech.
Because the Morlocks were mutants that couldn't pass, that hid out in the tunnel.
Yeah.
And it'd be very fun if it was just like, if you go in the tunnel now, they all look normal as shit. Like it's just a little town in the sewer.
So he builds up a group around him. Okay, cool. So what's the bad guy? What is the bad guy then?
I guess because we have the thing you're doing with the Jackal mutation, that like we could just do that fearmongering. Like it could just be, we could have like Gyrick or something like of the humans, just be like all mutants are bad, and then no one can tell which mutants are which mutants. Or we can do something very stupid and have
Nikhil, look at the first bullet point and tell me we're not already there.
no Cable as time travel sex was a brilliant idea. Who could be? I'm trying to think of like a good character that could be the bad guy.
Yeah, I've that's a fun way to twist things around. What? Xavier's too easy. Xavier's too easy. We can't just do Xavier's the bad guy. That's X-Men. That's what X-Men is a lot of the time. A lot of people are saying Irene Adler, which she has a use in this weird time travel setting, I think, but I don't want to make her like a main villain.
Well, I'm trying to think if the idea is that it's just this fun little commune in the sewers where people show up because then they won't look weird, then I have to assume the bad guy has to be someone with an invested interest in making people look weird.
Yeah. But I don't want it to be okay.
It could be Apocalypse, but we just make it to where Apocalypse just likes transforming people.
See,
that's just like his vibe.
The thing is I worry that this comes too close to Jackal's thing. I worry that it's too close to this Jackal's thing.
Sure. People have suggested normal villains. You gotta suggest not a normal villain.
Yeah, it's gotta be something something new.
Kurt Connors or what? Vermin could be interesting.
Vermin could be a very good villain. I don't know if Vermin would be a main villain, but again, like an antagonist for this group for sure.
Yeah, because it would just like you could make Vermin one of the Jackal's guys, and then I've always wondered how they shared the sewers in the first place. But
yeah, okay, that would work. Why not Sinister? He wants the Morlock so we can research. I mean, I love Sinister, so I am so incredibly okay with Sinister being an early villain.
Staying away from Sinister because that's also just the plot of the Morlock Massacre.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, do you know what the reason for the Mutant Massacre is?
I've definitely heard it before, but I don't remember it off the top of my head, and I'm sure some of the 70 people in chat don't know, so enlighten us.
It's just during so they do Age of Apocalypse, right? And Dark Beast is from that universe, and he comes into our universe at the end of it, and then he makes the Morlocks. And then because he was trained by Sinister in Age of Apocalypse, Sinister in our universe notices that there's like genetic tampering of his kind in the Morlocks, and it's like that's property theft, and then he kills them. That is the canon.
Yikes. Bud, yikes. Sinister. Calm down. Okay, so there's an interesting idea here that you said of like the villain being an interest or having a vested interest in making people look weird. We could go hard opposite with it, right? This is a very strange pit. Who has the most not physically good mutation, but you know what I mean? Angel just has angel wings. What if we make it crazy entitled rich kid Warren Worthington III, who is like, I'm a mutant, I'm cool, I want people to like me, these ugly ones in the sewers are giving my kind of bad name, let's take them out.
No, that's perfect. Especially because in the sewer, at first, only Leech would look weird. So he'd come for Leech.
Okay, yeah, cool. I like this. Okay, sweet. So evil... I mean, I think we just call him Archangel, because it's scarier sound. Maybe just... Either way.
I feel like Angel is
Angel's
like
fine.
Equally scary.
Warren Worthington III is entitled mutant rich kid... Same powers.
Also, I don't give a fuck about Angel, so I do not.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you wanted to get like really, is there any arc of like Angel or like people around Angel try to convince people that he is like chosen by God and that's why he has angel wings? There's gotta be.
I don't believe so. There is the whole like angel type of mutant thing, the Chania firm or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Where they like make Nightcrawler just an actual devil, but like he's a devil mutant. It's the opposite.
Either way, we could do that angle if we wanted, but we don't need to worry about that. So, entitled mutant rich kid, same powers, doesn't like that the, I'm gonna put in quotes, gross sewer guys are making his kind look bad. Wants to take
that's
them
also
out.
because if people are confusing the mutants with Jackal's creation,
Yeah,
they wouldn't do that for Angel because he looks hot.
yeah,
So he's just like, y'all are the problem. There's bigotry
yes.
and confusing us, and the issue is that you're too ugly, so I will come kill you.
Oh, I love that. That's awful. Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. Yeah, okay, cool. It's you are so ugly that you're causing racism, so I'm just going to get rid of you is so absolutely awful, but I feel like just the right amount of like believably awful from the class of people that we're talking about that it's great.
It's truly perfect.
Awesome.
It fits so well.
Awesome. I'm actually writing that down because that's such a okay. You're so ugly that you are causing racism. So I'm just gonna kill you.
It's the quickest way to solve the issue.
That's okay. Perfect, wonderful, absolutely horrible in the way that we need it to be. What's in the Brotherhood of Sexy Mutants? All right, cool. Great.
Oh my lord.
See, now we're on a roll. We started with Cable has time travel sex, and now we're here.
We're making it.
So, yeah, Angel versus Leech as like the first set.
But again, you gotta amp Leech up, so now Leech can have body horror of taking away Angel's wings.
Yeah, and also Angel would be super, super pissed about that. Because it's not permanent, right? It's just nearby. So...
Yeah, it's the agony of losing part of your body as you walk near a child and then getting it back when you walk away.
Yeah, and Angel would not like that. So, okay, cool. We've set up a good little, Ooh.
If I ever get to write a Leech book, guys, body horror to the max, everyone's getting fucked.
Okay, I actually have a cool pitch for this. So... what if one of the... Okay, this is cool. Angel, right? He starts off as just Angel. But because he... oh, wait, hold on. There's an ad break. You know what? This will be a fun little surprise for everybody who's not listening, because I don't want to delay for 60 seconds. God, ads are so annoying. So, he starts off as Angel. He tries to go and get Leech. Can't get Leech because he loses his powers and it's gross, and he's very insecure about it whenever he gets near Leech. So, to compensate for this... he gets himself, like, temporary mechanical wings that look like original Archangel and becomes Archangel for that. So, like, the wings go away, and then he, like, deploys his Archangel blade wings.
He's got him on backup.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's so cool, because they already look more metallic, so, you know, that would be a really cool, like page, you know, like, issue ender thing is, like, Angel shows up again, and everyone's like, why are you here again, dude? You tried this last time and it didn't work, and the wings go away. And then he deploys, like, the spiky metal ones. That's cool as hell. Alright, I love that. Okay, so, Angel can't do shit to Leech because he loses the wings.
Alex, welcome back. What we've decided is that people are going to confuse... the reason people hate mutants is they're confusing them with the mutants that Jackal's making. But some mutants are sexy, like Angel. And so he figures the best way to make people not make this mistake and confusion is to kill the ugly mutants, like Leech.
Yes, and then we decided that obviously Angel can't do shit to Leech because he falls out of the sky whenever he comes close. So he's not going to have any success there, but then he gets... like the Archangel wings, like the more like pointy mechanical ones, as like a suit that he uses to fight Leech with.
Love it.
That's okay. That's awesome, and that's very good like imagery there too. Okay, awesome.
Great. So Angel's the bad guy.
Angel is
Love
our first main bad guy. I mean, I think it is just Angel versus Leech for this first arc. Like, yes. Leech has, like, the Morlocks, but...
I think the next thing I don't know if you want to do this all linearly or not, but I think the other
Whatever.
thing to focus on would be Sentinels, because I think if we can tie the Sentinels either into the Spectacular Six or your Avengers would be interesting. And it's like things they made to deal with the Jackal mutants, and it's just unfortunately attacking everyone.
Yeah, it can just be an Osborn creation. That's easy enough. But how do So okay. What other X-Men do we want to, or like heroic mutants do we want to add in after this? Are we sticking like mostly to physical mutation mutants as heroes?
Yes, I guess given the system we've set
Actually,
up.
oh wait, hold on. Neo Epion? That's a very cool idea. At some point, the way that Angel gets defeated is like Leech leaves. He goes out of Leech's range, and the wings grow back into the metal ones and get stuck that way.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. Very good. And then Angel's wings look all fucked up now, and he's mad about it. Very good. Top tier. Yeah.
I think so. If we're keeping it all as one like linear story instead of doing multiples, then we have to incorporate everyone who basically has either a physical mutation or some reason to not be on Angel's side. And then we could literally just have Angel's side be the sexy ones. Like Angel, it could be like Angel and Dazzler.
Yeah, someone said Dazzler right as you were saying. Yeah, Dazzler's good.
I do think it'd be very funny to have a very insecure Gambit who's there just for his eyes and is on the good guy team because he thinks he's horribly disfigured because his eyes are black, and that is it.
I kind of forget that he has weird eyes.
Everyone
which
does.
Yeah,
That's
I was about to say like
why
that does make it work.
So yeah, I think Gambit for the good guy team.
Okay, and no one is surprised that Nikhil puts Gambit on his hero team. I don't know. And no one is. I haven't put in any of.
You put the Jackal as the main first bad guy.
Weird clone mutant man, mutant lowercase m. Dude, we also need a better terminology for our universe for mutant and mutant.
No, this is perfect. This means that we're emulating Marvel.
Yeah.
Because we have two things that mutants can be. That's
yes,
great.
we do get to copy some stuff, and yes. Okay. I need to like think of some X-Men that would fit this vibe.
Beak.
Huh?
Beak. For sure.
Okay. I'm gonna put these here.
Also, this is an actual mutant, but I don't like. This is an actual Morlock, so I don't know if we want to do this. But
we can have some stuff be the same. It doesn't all have to be. Like I put Hank Pym on the Avengers.
There's a Morlock named Ape.
Did you say ape? Like monkey ape?
APE.
Okay.
And he spends most of like Mutant Massacre as a bed. Like he just looks like. I'm gonna try to see if I can find an image.
Yes, please do, because I do not know.
Hold on, I'm gonna go grab my book and I'll be back.
Well, hold on. If I can. There he goes. He's gone. I like how weirdly framed Nikhil's camera is, like for that exit. Like that was a nice.
Hi everyone.
That was nicely framed.
Thank you. I try really just so hard. Alright.
Like rule of thirds, so nicely set up for you leaving the room.
That's actually unfortunate. I realized I would be on camera the whole time I left the room, but that's alright. Where is this man? This weird little man. I figured this would be easier than trying to come through Unlimited to find him. But he's not like a notable enough character to like find it online.
While you're waiting, how do we feel about integrating the Macron crystal as one of the most important things of this world?
Absolutely integrating the Macron crystal. You mean that very consistent piece of lore that everyone understands
most
and
important
loves?
Cosmic item.
Fucking the Macron crystal. What?
Oh, okay, wait.
Where is Ape?
Actually, people are talking about Rogue as well. It would be a really interesting idea if Rogue was on Team Sexy Mutant.
Oh, and then
She absorbs someone and
makes
Angel's
the
like,
team
fuck
ugly.
you.
And then that could be like her Carol Danvers.
Yeah.
In this one, she could just turn permanently ugly. Rick.
It doesn't have to be permanent necessarily, but at the very...
Permanently ugly. So sad.
All right, Nikhil has decided.
Maybe she can touch this
What did
dead
she
guy.
turned into she turned into Apocalypse once. She turned into an Apocalypse person.
She's turned into like anybody who's ever existed.
I'm gonna say, I don't know if this is a controversial take or not. I don't think it is. Apocalypse Rogue? Good look for her.
I don't think that's like an overwhelmingly popular take. I don't know how many people have weighed in on the attractiveness of...
I did. I've weighed in on it now.
Alright, that's good. I'm coming through every page.
Yeah, you do. I'll show people what I'm talking about.
I know in a panel there's a bed.
Yeah, I'm very... I don't know like what you mean by this.
I cannot explain it.
Okay, anyway, for those who are wanting to judge what I was saying here, this is Apocalypse Rogue. Which, yeah. It'd be kind of funny for Deadpool to be on Team Sexy. I'm scared to put Deadpool into this just because Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool is not easy to fit into things. He's breaking the narrative is hard.
We don't really need Deadpool yet. Maybe later.
Oh, you know what? You know who Rogue? Oh, but this would make her not be able to talk. Never mind. I was gonna say Rogue should absorb Artie, because if we're doing Leech.
Oh yeah, do we want
like
Artie on there?
Red. I think she should absorb Artie and turn into that little red gremlin, and then put Artie in a coma, and that's just Rogue now. But we can have her still talk.
Oh, that's a good pitch, Archie. That's a good pitch. Monet on Team Sexy, and then M-Plate on Morlocks.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that rules. All right, we'll put. So. I love how it's just become. I love how mutants are just. I mean, I was.
Oh, go ahead and put Nightcrawler, obviously, also on Team Good as a consistent character.
Okay. There was a half second in my mind where I was going to say, when you say Team Good, do you mean good guys or like normal looking? And then I realized it's Nightcrawler, and the question was answered. All right, so let's make his. So who did we? Okay, Dazzler is an obvious one. Rogue, and then I'm gonna write Switch's sides. Monet, M-Plate, solid.
I cannot believe I can't find this bed. Every single time I read this book, I'm like, why is there a bed? And now, today, I want to read the book and look at the bed, and there's no bed.
Someone says these sure are characters that everyone knows. You got Google? You probably know at least half of these, and you got Google?
I gotta say, also, I used to come on here only to talk about characters that appeared in one single appearance, and that no one gave a shit about. That was my old shtick on Matt's streams.
Okay.
So I don't know what anyone expected from me.
I'm turning around to look at my shelves here. Who else do we want on Team Sexy Mutant?
Oh, put Onyx in. Another character.
Wait, is it okay? Wait. Is this the guy that like looks really cool? Or am I thinking? Let me do a Google search. Yeah, this dude looks cool as hell.
Yes, put his.
I gotta hold on. I'm gonna bring up a picture of this guy because like he's like the Thing but spikier and with a metal head.
And just a total dickbag.
I didn't know that he was a total dickbag, but I'll write him down. I'll show Emplate too, so people know. If Monet is just,
It's also
everyone here is just hot person. Everyone on this team is just can easily be described, but the others could be benefited by some level of visual.
Put Quentin Quire on the sexy team.
Ah, yes, good. Also, this is what Emplate looks like. He is scary and he has hand mouths.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
I actually didn't know about the hand mouths either until just now.
Crazy.
And I just knew about the mask and like, it's kind of funny. Like, I feel like his hair is actually like not that weird. It's just with the way they always draw it, it's weird.
Yeah, he's not truly that disfigured outside of
the hand mouths and the claws. Like, where's the other? There's see, here's the thing. His hair in a lot of art is like big spikes, but I also feel like it's kind of just sort of meant to be like stylized dreads and would not actually look that weird in real life. But it's just because he has the mask and like the gray skin, it looks stranger in like next to it. But hand mouths are enough. Who was the other one that we wanted on Team Sexy Mutant? I don't remember.
Who do we have? I can't. Hold on, I go back to your Twitch.
Quentin Quire. That was Quentin Quire.
Quentin Quire. Yeah, Quentin Quire.
Emma Frost for Team Sexy. I feel like Emma would not necessarily be on the side of like let's kill him though. Like Emma is often not the best person morally, but Emma Frost is rarely, if ever, homicidal, I think.
Oh, someone just put something that I think fits, but it would kind of be ripping off the Rogue thing.
Ripping off our own thing? We can do whatever we want.
Well, it's just if we did Beast, and he's on the Genocide team, and then he turns blue and ugly, and he goes to the ugly team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would also work. I mean, it could be a bit that it happens. Oh, wait. That's an interesting...
Or you could have Rogue do it backwards.
Rogue could do it backwards, but also I think it actually could be viable that it does happen twice, right? Because I think it has to be Leech versus Angel first, and then like the teams form after that. So like, I think it actually does make sense because like that's what drives Angel to be more fanatical. Like Rogue messes up and Leech is like, okay, well, I guess that's just a coincidence. And then Beast also does it, and now Angel's like, maybe this is just a thing that happens, and that's what drives him to be more crazy.
No, I think actually someone just also said this. Like it. Do Rogue switches like when she absorbs, but you can have Beast goes down there with Leech and is an ugly man, but when he's around Leech, he's sexy. So he could be like a mole or something. Like, I think that he just wants to be on the good team, not for good reasons, but just because he likes being sexy, because he's near Leech, who makes it not.
I got you. Okay. That tracks. Sunspot has to be Team Sexy. Also, like...
Most mutants are sexy.
Look. When Krakoa was formed, Krakoa had 3 laws, and one of them was have sex with each other. Like, if you don't know what that is, like don't worry about it. But are we throwing Juggernaut back into mutant stuff, even though he's not a mutant? We literally put the Octessence with the Infinity Stones, so at the very least, he is, I think, a little bit more distanced.
Now, however, I will say, if we're going to use... we have to be in logic of the characters would want genocide. Dazzler and Monet are questionable.
I think we can change. Also, I do want to point out, someone said forge on sexy team for diversity, and I do think that being not the most diverse team is probably the right call in this scenario.
Which is a little weird, because it's been pointed out that, like, the Marauders, the team that actually killed the Morlocks in the comics, are crazy diverse.
Yeah.
Like, Scalp Hunter is also indigenous, like Forge. Harpoon is an Eskimo, or an Inuit. I forget what the correct term is. Then one of them is Japanese. Arclight's Japanese. It's like they're all different ethnicities for some reason.
Um. Okay. Yeah. So like, do we? Because I think what we could do is we could get because Angel versus Leech like first being like them having
Yeah,
more of like a 1v1 type thing makes sense. Um. And then Angel, maybe Angel like, well, you're right. Starting off because we want him to be like crazy right off the bat. I think. Uh, uh, I mean, yeah, we could just like make them murdery if we wanted. We can make anyone murdery if we wanted.
yeah. We could just do it. They could just be murderers. I mean, Rogue's like a bad guy in the
Well,
comic, and then she learns
yeah,
empathy
Rogue
by like
explicitly is the one that
flipping
switches sides,
sides.
so like that's okay. So
So it works.
Angel can be murdery because
Dazzler,
that's the character that we have. Kid Omega can be murdery. That's not too far of a
Kid
stretch.
Omega's incredibly.
Yeah,
Kid Omega's incredibly murderous.
yeah,
Fine.
he's
It's really Dazzler and Monet that are I think the issues with that.
um
Why would they want to do it?
I think like Dazzler very much could be like not necessarily pro murder, but okay with it if it is making her look better. Does that? I don't know enough about
quickly
Monet.
want to just show
Hold on,
this picture of Leech. Look at this picture of Leech. That looks
if
absolutely
you hold
horrifying.
it for a second, I will bring your. Do I have? I have two Nikhil cams. I accidentally had an old one in, but that actually works out really nicely because I can just bring this one up bigger. They are. There's a little overlay.
Yeah.
I don't feel like fixing it to be perfect, so
Leech.
that's gonna have to do.
This is Leech, but looking like he's ET or some shit. This is the most horrifying image of my boy I've ever seen.
It's an image of your boy. Okay, so yeah, I don't know enough about Monet to give her like a murdery origin.
I think it's fine. She's like a mean person, so then we could dial that up.
Like, I also because she has. How does I was gonna say how does her. I know there's like some weirdness with her and her penance form.
Yeah, for a while she was stuck as penance. I believe now she can kind of just Hulk it and like flip back and forth.
I like. Okay, hold on. There's two characters named Penance. Where I want. If I search Marvel M Penance, will that give me the not Speedball one? Yes. See, I feel like you could do some interesting stuff with her too, because like if she can Hulk it herself, I'm gonna get possibly yelled at for this one, but like where's a good. No, this is reasonable. Her like monstery form is on the whole not that monstery. She has claws, she has weirder hair and red skin.
I mean, if we have M plate, he's also not that bad.
But he has the I think the giant pointy mouth hands do a lot for him being a monstery boy. But like, okay, there's so much there we go. Okay, this one will work. So I think she's a good fit for the team too because of the comparison with M Plate, which is her brother, right? Yeah. For those anyone who doesn't know, the reason we put them together, or we mentioned them originally together, was because they're siblings. But I also think you can have some interesting stuff with her having like a secret monstery form, especially because I don't care if people yell at me. This spiky red monstery form still, I think, believably Team Sexy Mutant. Like, as monstery forms go, that's not nearly that bad, so that could be an interesting concept at some point, an interesting contrast. So she fits the team. Okay, cool. So we have that now what happens from here? We have at least the baselines of our teams. Also, Reed Richards is not part of this. Reed Richards would be a separate thing.
Or no, okay. The handsome. It's kind of funny to have
Also,
Monet on Sexy Team and Gambit on
yeah.
the physical
Also,
mutation team.
for people, I maybe picked an image of her that was a little bit too tame. This is probably a more representative image of her being a little bit more monstery.
Yeah,
But it's
I was looking for an image that was a little
yeah.
better.
I was trying. There's a lot. I was trying to find one that wasn't fan art, but like this is probably a little bit better. But still, my point stands. My point still stands. I think. God, man, I love this new. It's not even new anymore, but this overlay is so much nicer to show things on than my old a camera over a screen grab.
We're playing with a lot of things here. We have the angel thing, the rogue thing, the beast thing, and the petted thing, and the gambit thing. What is sexy? That's the question.
It's subjective. That's the answer to that question.
Exactly.
Let's see. What was the guy?
No mutant animals. We're not going back to the cat.
Yeah. Also, someone asked, what was the guy who threw leeches at people? I'm going to take a shot and assume you're talking Maggot? Maybe? Who would be a good pick, but we maybe have too many monstery.
Maggot throws maggots.
Yeah, he's got 2 maggots instead of a digestive system because holy shit, Marvel does weird things with their mutants.
Marvel is weird. Do you know there's a mutant now that has like acid or whatever, or like poison gas instead of insides? So like if you cut him, it's like poison.
No, because doesn't he die? Like he dies almost immediately because he gets cut, right? Or is that a different one?
No, he's like a space pirate right now.
Weird. I will put it. Okay, I put maggot on the list. By the way, before someone said I did not spell it wrong. It is spelled with 2 T's. The character name is spelled with 2 T's, not the animal, but the character. Anyway,
we got way too many good people. We need more.
These don't all necessarily have to be like active combatants, but this is like some of the cast that we can use later. We need more. I think this can be a smaller group. We need at least one more.
I think but it also works if they're supposed to be like the Morlocks.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a bunch of them.
Just they're hanging out. There are literally no women on the team. I have noticed.
That is actually true. Which, to be fair, I do think that is because that's less our fault and more that it is pop culture, and so I feel like they are less inclined to make the women monstrous than they are the men.
Well, there are women.
There are, but less.
But they're all kind of like where it's like
that's less.
No, there's no freaky Onyx bitches that are women.
We can make them though. We can modify. Remember, I gave Hulk.
That's actually not true. There is Cosmar. They just made one. Cosmar does exist. We can put
okay. In. And again, we can make them. We can modify.
Stacey X is famously.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't Stacey X's whole thing? That's literally her name is Stacey X. Come on.
Her entire thing is being.
Oh wait! I think that was probably meant to be a suggestion for Sexy Team. That would make a lot more sense, actually. I think that was a stream delay suggestion for.
Bling, I think, is the most logical, like, physical mutation woman.
Bling is literally made of diamonds, though, right?
But she just doesn't look like a human.
But also, she's made of diamonds.
You're right, but, like, are we taking in the proprietary worth of each person's skin?
I am taking in the fact that if there was a person whose skin was made of diamonds, they would not be shunned and would definitely be a celebrity.
Okay, fact.
I'm saying that they would immediately become famous and would not be shunned by society. Is Typhoid Mary a mutant? Yes, but also is more just murderer than. Is there like hold on? I'm gonna check some Marvel Wiki stuff here. Is there like a category? Because they do weird categories in.
Definitely, if you go to the X-Men wiki, they'll definitely physical.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna. All right. Let's see. Oh, that's a different one. That's why. There we go. Oh, I just learned Onyx is apparently spelled with 2 X's. What is it with X-Men side characters and adding just another letter to the end?
It's vibes. There's Feral. She's like a giant cat.
Okay, hold on. Mutants. Why is there a category for killed by Kevin Ford and he is the only one in it? Wait, there's a whole category descriptor for where is it? Killed, yeah, is this framed right on the screen? Yeah. Killed by Kevin Ford. You click it and it's just him. Why did they bother making that? Okay. Anyway.
Oh, it's Wither. Oh.
I'm surprised that he's the only one.
Also, like, he literally withers a girl's arm, but I guess he doesn't.
Okay.
She doesn't die.
There's. Aw, his last category is depression.
Wait, add to the sexy team, because we still need more people on that one. Add Celine.
Oh, yeah, and she's definitely.
And she's very murderous.
Definitely above Angel and is doing something for her own ends.
And she's magic-y, so you got that going for you too.
Oh, wait, if we she could be one of the Sanctum running people that gets rezzed and joins the team later.
She's got Nova Roma, which is in Brazil, which is very close to your raid.
Okay, yeah, if we want Man Thing, then never mind. Maybe we can deal with that later. Yeah, I don't know if there's a physical...
We could move Nova Roma, because it's stupid that it's in Brazil.
Yeah, it is weird that there is just Rome in Brazil and with Roman characters. I don't know why I thought clicking the mutants category on this wiki would give me any level of specificity. There's a billion different versions of everybody. There's... Oh my god. Can we put... Even if it is just a one-off bit, can we also put Adam X in Sexy Team?
Sure.
No, I'm not actually writing that down, but...
I did think of someone we could do that's a woman in... I'm trying to find her name. Is it literally Shark Girl? It is. It's Shark Girl.
Where's Lava Boy?
That's Pyro. He does different things. Or Magma.
Okay. Marvel Shark Girl. That's a Google search.
There's a hyphen.
It'll work. Okay. Yeah, that's more... No, but the word is not furry, but it was more, whatever it is for fish, I don't care enough to guess. That is more anthro than I was expecting it to be.
In my head, she just had a shark head. I didn't remember
this is an anthro. This is an anthro shark, Nikhil. This is 100% a shark furry.
I thought it was just a normal girl with a shark face, and then it wasn't. But you know what? I tried.
She's even doing like the stereotypical like 90s female comic character like arched back. No, get this off my screen. Okay. Who again, we can make some up. What about are there any Araco mutants? Because I know the Araco mutants are like weirder.
I mean, there's like a giant floating eye. I don't know what that's gender is. There's a giant floating eye.
There's the tree.
There's a tree. There's a shroud of just space.
I don't think I know that one. What's that one's name?
Lactuca.
That was so unhelpful. Please spell.
Lactuca.
This is a Destiny character. What? This is Clarity Control from Destiny. Hold up. I have to do a visual comparison. They 100... Whoever drew this ripped this from Destiny. The game. Hold on. That is Clarity Control. Where's a good image? I mean, they're both generic enough concepts, but like.
I mean, yeah, I think a shroud of it's just space is like.
But you see. Hold on, this is going to be annoying to frame on one screen, but like. That's very similar to Clarity Control. And there's image. What's the?
I think that's a black light.
No, there's another image that looks more like. What's the other image of Clarity Control? This is a rabbit hole, so feel free to keep suggesting better ideas as I try to find this one thing.
I want to send you something, but I can't find.
Okay, this is this.
Oh, there's Pogger Pog.
Yeah, this is the one that I was trying to find. This is the more symmetrical looking image, but like, this is the other statue, and it's super low res. Which, sorry, but I don't want to dig around for a higher res one. But like, it's the fact that it's like off center and like leaning to the side in the exact same way. These are very similar looking. But regardless, I mean, but is Pogger Pog even a mutant? Like,
yeah, he's a Iraqi.
Yeah, but like,
I think his mutant power is that he's that little gremlin.
Yeah, I was about to say, but his mutant power is not that he is a crocodile. His mutant power is he's a little weird dude.
Is this fucker? I just sent you a picture.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what you just.
The Iraqi get weird, man. This is the guy I was talking about earlier with the.
Where's my freaking
powers?
Skype. Why is it not pulling up? Okay, hold on. That was the wrong thing.
This is what I was telling you earlier. His power is acid insides.
What the heck? Where's? Oh, there we go. I found it. Okay, sorry, I lost my Skype window. What were you? What is this?
I don't think people keep suggesting this. I don't think Forge should be on team genocide people. Yeah, he's got acid insides.
Also, for the people who keep making Stiltman jokes every episode, we're not putting Stiltman on this. Sorry. I don't know. Like let's not worry about more team member. What's the arc that we want to go for?
Okay.
What's so?
Yeah, I guess we got really in the weeds here. Although there's only one boy on the sexy team. We got a very
no, two.
Who's the other one?
Angel counts. He's not on the list. Himself. Angel himself, Quentin Quire. Iceman was another suggested one. I mean, again, also, I do think that Angel. This team can be shitty and not diverse, and is kind of supposed to be. And I think that
Angel with a bunch of sexy women that he surrounded himself with,
and Kid Omega is just there is excellent.
Yes. All right. Well, yeah. Right.
Hold on. I don't know why my camera's like freezing a little bit. Sorry if that's happening. I'm not sure why that's the case. I can maybe do this. Not that. Sorry, I misclicked and totally.
Wow, he's gone.
No,
it's my voice.
I meant to click performance mode, and the drop down menu came down in the wrong place and overlapped with my scenes. It's fine.
Flurkit asks a very interesting question, which is: should the plot tie in the previous concept? Everything feels very divided up, and I am curious about it myself because obviously Marvel is very divided up. But are you going for a more streamlined concept?
So I think the thing that we actually did tie this in is like everything does stem from this first thing because this is all one arc. The magic stuff starts because the Life Stone was used in New York, and that sparks the magic sphere of things, and then the mutant sphere of things is sparked by. Angel being mad that like Jackal's mutants and the weirder mutants are getting mixed up. So like everything does spark from the same event. They don't all necessarily have to converge because this is a different universe. It's not it's not one series. This is a universe. So as long as everything ties into the same point and then meets at crossovers, I think that's fine.
Korra of the Burning Heart is a good physical mutation one as well.
Googling.
If we want to include it. she's got fire for a heart.
Well,
Pretty consistent.
it would still be good to show people. Oh, yo, she looks cool. Where's a good? That's probably the best picture I got. She looks very cool. Just kind of got fire torso.
Yeah, but that's like a mutation you go hide away in the sewer for, I think.
Yeah, she's chamber but lower.
Yeah. Except chamber's not fire; it's like psionic power or whatever.
It's psionic power that looks exactly like fire, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, just like how Gambit's not fire either; it's kinetic energy.
Just it's X-Men. They have energy. The X-Men and energy are.
Every now and then, Gambit's cards get drawn with like orange flame, and I'm just like, well, now we're not even.
Okay, so
like, what are we doing?
Yeah, we need to get back to like arc stuff. So we have a cast of characters. We have a roster that we can play with.
I think the thing you pointed out with Celine working over Angel is the way to get it tied back into the main stuff.
That is definitely so like what's her goal then? What is her master? Because Angel's motivation is interesting in the first arc where it's like, I mean, it's crazy, but it's interesting. And I think with the way that we've characterized Angel, it can just be the same. He can just still be trying to do the same shit and not learn and grow as a person, because I think that's kind of intentional. So
I think
it'll be very intentional that he is dead set on this one thing, and that's how Celine manipulates him. So what is Celine trying to do then?
What? I don't know. World domination? How magic is Celine? I know that she does.
She doesn't play around in the magic sphere of Marvel at the very least. I feel like it's a kind of situation where it's like the Starjammers don't interact with the Guardians of the Galaxy very much. It's just like the X-Men's little mini magic sphere.
That is because the Guardians of the Galaxy stole their shit. And you know what? I don't blame them. I would not. One of the notes on somebody's wiki just says, Celine appears to age as she uses magic, especially when she overexerts herself. And that is the first mention of magic I could find. I'm going to find...
You just control F searching magic? I mean...
That is the first mention of magic. Okay, we're gonna be fine. I'm going to find more talk of magic, hopefully. Yeah, it is very vague. She just, like, does the magics.
Okay, so then the question becomes, since this world did not have magic for a bit, there's a few options. Either A, she's an ally of Doom.
According to this, she was considered a potential replacement for Sorcerer Supreme by the Eye of Agamotto? Do you know what that's... When did the Eye decide this shit?
There was an arc... I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think Strange like asked the Eye like who's gonna be. So, like it was the Eye does not decide, but like Strange was like who might get it or something like that, and the Eye showed options. It's not the deciding factor. It was just like answering a question, if I remember correctly.
Interesting.
Celine finds the Darkhold and accidentally unleashes Apocalypse, whom Doom imprisoned.
So Celine's thing is just that she's like 6,000 years old or whatever, and just picked up magic, kind of like how anyone would if they were around for a long time. So with the way that you've made everyone else old as well. Yeah. I think there's something there, and
so the question,
she stumbled upon something.
So the question is has she been in stasis this whole time, either somehow literally in stasis or dead, or has she just been chilling, biding her time, waiting, or like doing stuff in the background?
I think waiting and doing stuff in the background. Maybe she's been waiting for Strange to come back.
Archie was right. It says, suddenly the Eye of Agamotto activates, displaying images of any possible candidate to replace Strange as Supreme, and then it vanishes. So it doesn't pick, but it shows the possibilities.
But I think you could do it where she somehow needs either Dormammu or Strange, or anyone, like, she's just waiting for people to come back.
Okay.
And she's been biding her time. Because, like, Doom locked down magic, right?
Yeah, Doom locks down magic, so he's the only one.
She's waiting for it to come back.
Okay, so it comes back then. Why is she with Angel's guys? What's the plan there? Like, why is she going through this method?
I don't know. I'm regretting making Angel's motivation so
No, no,
shallow.
no. I
I
think
don't know what
Angel's
other would
motivation
be.
being shallow is really, really good. Because he can just be fully manipulated.
Yeah, but so the question then is, why does Celine want to kill physical mutations?
Um,
She's like a life energy absorber person. Is it maybe
uh,
she just needs a lot of souls and she just found
okay.
a guy who really was easy to do genocide with?
Okay. Interesting, interesting possible idea. So, the light, one of the catalysts for things is that the life stone activates in New York. Can something happen there where, like, certain mutant it either active like that activates a bunch of X genes, like the life stone doing things during the first crossover activates a bunch of X genes, and because their activation was tied to the life stone, if Selene absorbs them she gets more power.
Sure.
And
It's getting a little that's getting very inhuman-y, I think.
true.
But I think though, if you have so we have Celine, who's up to something,
Yeah.
and she steals people's life force, and you had a stone recently that was all about life force do a big thing in New York. There's got to be a relatively straightforward connection there.
Okay, well, this is a good little thing that we have. We did not actually establish where the life stone ended up.
Oh, so it could just be in the fucking sewer.
Uh, I mean, yeah, I think we have to have a. The thing is, we have to have a reason why Doyle doesn't get it or Doyle doesn't take it. Um,
It's gross down there. There's
this is where the mutants are. They're ugly.
go
We
down
gotta
there.
kill them.
Scary.
Um. Okay, but yeah, so we can have so Celine's goal is to also get the life stone. I
Yeah.
also like that because then that can be like the Infinity Stones getting sort of set up can also be a like an overarching theme of this sort of year two thing.
Well, if you want to do that, do you want to do the life stone? Or you want to try and do a different one?
We could try to
That's
do
just
a
in the
different one, but I
sewer.
think the life stone probably makes the most logical sense.
What are your other new stones that we have here?
So power, space, mind, time, soul got split up into life stone, death stone. And then the reality stone got split up into, I call it the matter stone. I still don't like that name, but like physical material, and then the void stone, which is like
I
nothingness,
think
non-existence.
there could be. Could it be that like the life stone somehow brings awareness that the other stones are around? Because Celine going after something called either the Death Stone or the Void Stone is very a character.
So my camera, I don't know why my camera's doing, it's like flickering. Like whenever the camera jumps, my activation light on the camera is like flicking or on and off. I'm wondering if my camera's just breaking and it's not lag. Oh well, I'll see. I'll watch that over the next couple streams. I mean, yeah, we can definitely have her going after another stone. That also works. Um,
Hello,
hello.
my partner's here. Everyone, I don't think they can hear you.
Uh, I think we can a little bit.
Um,
Because we,
I think like her trying to get the Death Stone, and we just need to like if you have it where the Life Stone sort of is the beacon kind of thing that makes people realize the other stones are around. Then her think like if it could somehow identify the location of the Death Stone by being activated or all the stones, then her thing could be trying to get the Death Stone.
that okay
But she loves Death.
that also does work because we have I need to reorganize these Infinity Stones because they're not technically ordered right. But the way that we did the 8, it is in 8 sort of opposing pairs. So it would make sense that the opposing pairs could be used to detect the other because it's matter versus void is obvious, life death is obvious, time space is obvious, and then power mind is like if you characterize it as like physical power versus mental power, brains versus brawn, that works. So it's
Yeah.
easy that the one stone could detect the presence of its sort of alternate.
If anything, you could also just add like whatever this big New York thing is, the first arc. You could retcon in Celine during this time was doing some spell or whatever to try and figure out like she's using the lifestyle to try to figure out how the Death Stone works. The fact that it's being used.
Loki has it first though. Loki has the life stone because Loki gives it to Jackal for a bit. And then it just okay. Loki gives it to Jackal. It just vanishes, and it's because Celine gets her hands on it then. And then during the first like Leech versus Angel arc, that's when she's doing her stuff.
Oh,
because that's the thing, we have time there.
Well, that actually works. Because if you have it where she somehow gets the Life Stone at the end, and now she's using it basically to track the Death Stone herself, and she could just be getting her life essence from the Life Stone. But she just likes like murder. She's a horrible human being.
Celine grabs. Okay.
She could just be after the power of the Death Stone. I don't think she'd be very interested in something called Life Stone.
She's using that 100% as a tool. Okay.
Yeah.
So I added that to the aftermath. Celine grabs a Life Stone. Then second arc. Celine shows up with Life Stone. Wants Death Stone. So then how is she manipulating Angel's group into getting that for her?
We could take from real Thanos, but basically have the Death Stone. Maybe it's only like you have to like kill a certain amount of people. And she's just created this group to go do genocide.
Yeah, I'm actually fine.
To reach the amount.
Yeah, I'm fine with because Angel's already doing this thing, and she's like, okay, cool. If I just join this and like stoke the flames, we can get to this point already.
Yeah, I think you could easily do. Angel's a very famous rich person.
Yeah,
and is a shithead, and Celine goes to him and goads him into a light genocide war.
Yeah,
and then now has a genocide arc
and goads them into more murder. To find Death Stone.
She goes to Angel and she's like, dude, you're so sexy. It's crazy that like people don't think mutants are sexy. Because like you're sexy. So I wonder what we could do to solve that problem.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I wonder, Angel.
Cool. I like this. And okay, sweet. So yeah, I mean that's like our first two arcs then, because the first arc is not like X-Men. It's just like Leech solo. And it's like Leech versus Angel being a weirdo, and then I hate stupid fly. Get out of here. I'm trying to kill it because it keeps floating in front of my screen, and I'm missing every time. But I got it. I actually killed it that time. Ha ha! I'm a professional.
He's a professional, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, so yeah, and then the teams get more formed in the second arc, but it's actually Celine screwing with stuff. Sexy lady tricks dumb rich boy into genocide is the most believable thing I've ever heard. Yeah, that does track. Okay, so cool. We have this set up then. So, do we want to keep going from here into an actual like X-Men formation, right? Or do we want like, because I feel like we need an X-Men of some form, and we're not there yet.
I think yes. I think we need to get to an X-Men, and honestly, the best way would probably be to somehow, I guess not merge, but I guess a lot of people could die in our good team, and then Xavier could still just be like, hey, it sucks that they're genociding you. But what if they were nice to them?
So Xavier just rolls up, and I didn't really mean it like that.
I think so.
I realized what I said the second after I said it, but yes.
I think we do in this one. Xavier just literally is a dumb person, and he thought he had all the mutants, and then he sees all this shit happening with the Morlocks, and is like, wait, there's more mutants? And then he goes to get them.
So the mutants are at the Xavier school, but like very, very hidden, very sheltered.
Yes, I guess not. He doesn't. I don't know if they need to be hidden.
Well, that's the thing. Is like, because if there were mutants with superpowers before then, like, no one would be able to know about them, or it throws off the intro arcs.
Oh, I see. So Moon Girl's supposed to be like the first superpowered person.
At the very least, the first public one.
Oh, okay. Then we've arrived at the eldest problem of mutants.
Yes.
That exists.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
because here's the thing. When I say first public one, it can be very much like an MCU style thing where it's like Iron Man is the first superhero except for all these other guys. Like, it can be like maybe I should say first high profile public one.
So, but it has to predate the X-Men, though. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So, that's why you were asking about why all of a sudden they are getting
Yeah.
powers. I'm finally caught up
'Cause
on the issue.
Because that's what we got to start with. And that's why I was saying, like, I know it's sort of inhuman-y, but like, and I get we've moved on to a better, so just but like the Life Stone activating a bunch of X genes at once could be an explanation for that. Yeah, and I know we already have Bucky as a past superpowered person, but Bucky was like a hermit. Like, again, it's the MCU of Iron Man was first, except for Steve and Bucky and Ant-Man and Wasp and all these others that were just before.
I think mutants, like my take always for just Marvel in general, is that most mutants just don't do the hero stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Moon Girl can still be the first hero. There's a guy who's green that lives down the street, and that's just weird, and they don't like that they're green. Like, I think that's still fine.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that. It's just then we have to decide, like, the school is, I guess, hidden, subtle.
What is this? So maybe not that.
It doesn't have to be Charles either. We can make it someone else if we want to. That like organizes the
maybe
group.
that could be Nightcrawler. You could take Nightcrawler out from the tunnel people.
That could
and then
be
Nightcrawler could come
interesting.
Collect them.
That's in character. Nightcrawler, because he can just teleport all around and get them all too. Like, it makes logical sense. Okay, hold on. My camera just flashed again. Is it gonna? Yep, there was a little break in my camera. That's so weird. Whatever. But okay, yeah, that's neat. We'll take Nightcrawler out of there. Nightcrawler has been gathering mutants in secret. But didn't know about. I guess we're still just calling them the Morlocks, right?
Yeah. The Leech gang. The Leechers. Leech and his buckaroos.
Leech and his buckaroos is a thing that was said on this episode of this series.
That's what this should be called. Get rid of this mutant mayhem.
I'll call the
Leech and his buckaroos.
I'll call the YouTube episode Leech and his buckaroos. Leech and his Leech and the sewer pals is also pretty good. Let's see. How does Nightcrawler get from Germany to Westchester? How does Nightcrawler get from Germany to America? Nightcrawler? Nightcrawler is pretty...
Matthew, he can teleport 2 miles. I was going to bring it up earlier, but I just thought it wasn't worth mentioning.
He can teleport
2 miles.
He can teleport multiple times. Like, it's not...
Yeah, a lot of damn times.
Well, okay, well, the question of how does he get from Germany to Westchester is not that plain and teleport. Like, it's fine. Like, how does he... That's not a... How do people get from Germany to Westchester in real life?
It's impossible, Matthew. I've never been to Germany. And this is
That's true. I've also never
why.
been to Germany. Has anyone in this chat ever been to Germany?
Who's not?
I was about to... Well, no. If you're from Germany, have you ever been to Westchester?
Yes, that's true. I've also never been to Westchester.
I've also never been to Westchester. I don't think anywhere else exists. I think it's just Texas and Hurricane Town, LA.
So the secret thing is the thing that annoys me, but it's also like just so core to the concept of X-Men and mutants because it's like they were secret to begin with in the comics too.
Yeah,
but it's just like sucks.
The thing is, you have 2 options. You have secret or like secret or new.
I feel like, is there not just room to say that mutants always existed? They just weren't helpful. And then now they're just starting to be helpful because they saw the heroes be heroes.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because I think that's like, if you see 2 superhero teams show up, I think the idea of we have powers, we could also be a superhero team, is not crazy.
No, I think that's 100% reasonable. And that can literally just be like, because Nightcrawler's a good person. He wants to help. And if Nightcrawler was like...
Oh, who do you have? Is there anyone on your superhero teams that you have that Nightcrawler would be like a fan of? Because then you could literally just have Nightcrawler be like, "That was cool. I'm
Uh,
gonna make my own with mutants."
um, Moon Girl, Wasp, Doc Ock, Danny Rand, Iron Man, Sentry, Groot, Bucky Barnes, because it's supposed to be.
Oh wait, what if they just think Groot's a mutant?
That would be a really funny bit. Is that people think Groot's one of Jackal's mutants and it's not. People think he's an X mutant and he's not, and then he is just an alien. It's just the thing is like he.
Maybe
Yes,
so
I actually
Nightcrawler-
love that.
Nightcrawler in his like parish in Germany, not doing anything helpful, sees the news of this great brave mutant Groot out on the town helping people, and is like, "I'm gonna do that," and kicks off the X-Men. That's my
Love it. I also do love the bit of Groot just being mistaken for other things because it plays. If we like, people ask him what he is, I am Groot. Like, oh my god, that could actually be such a funny bit of like people think that he's a mutant, and it's like, no, I'm not a mutant. I'm just Groot. Like.
And he's constantly telling everyone.
Yeah.
He's trying to be very transparent.
Oh my god. Because that would be so good. It's like he's not letting this, like, people's bigotry define him. He's not a mutant. He's Groot. He's a person. It's just like, no. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Excellent. All right. Nightcrawler was just chilling.
That's why they find it. Just a monk
chilling,
having his monk
gets
side.
Inspired by Groot, not a mutant in parentheses, and starts the X-Men.
And that's why he can go to
that. And that's why, yes, that's also why he goes to New York.
If we have like bad mutant versus good mutants going on already, then he's gonna go form the X-Men with some of the good mutants.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that. That's so good. Okay. So then who's on this team and who they fighting?
Well, scroll back up so I can figure out who survived from the earlier thing. Who's left? Let's think.
I'll write down dies next to everybody that dies.
What is a good X team?
And we can add I was about to say we can add more too.
We'll add more people. I want to pick like one or two from this group.
Yeah.
The rest got massacred. They're gone. Who would be fun? I think keep Beak. I think having a bird is a very helpful thing.
Birds are helpful.
And especially because he's like the ugly bird. The Angel's sexy bird.
Someone said Rocket needs his solo run. I think next week, episode 4, is going to be like space stuff. Because we've set up a little...
That's where Chad comes in, bitches.
Next week we can have Chad.
That's where Chad comes in. I am thinking we have to kill Gambit. Because I don't know if I want Gambit to still be on whatever new team we have. I want to incorporate more characters.
It doesn't have to be on the... Like, the options are not Die and X-Men. That is not a dichotomy.
I feel like they should be. All right. I think from this, just take Beak and Cosmar, and then the rest are in Nether Zone. But,
okay. Beak and Cosmar.
And then we'll add more peoples to the X-Men team. And these can be either sexy or not sexy. Nightcrawler is a great equal opportunist person.
I'm gonna start thinking of villains here too that could be fun.
We should throw a Wolverine in at this stage.
Honey Badger.
That's immediately what I was thinking.
All right, cool. We are on the same page.
Honey Badger unexplained would be my pick.
Yeah.
Just a little girl that has Wolverine. Is she the clone of Laura? Does Wolverine exist? Is Laura the clone of Wolverine? All of these questions
can be answered later if we feel like it. I also do. Honey Badger definitely has to be like one of the first because I like the idea of sort of exasperated but very positive dad Nightcrawler trying to wrangle extremely hyperactive Gabby Kinney.
Gabby, it's like the Gabby Deadpool dynamic,
Yes,
but with
but
much more of a straight.
yeah, much more mature.
Is Leech on this team? No, Leech is still with the Morlocks. Leech is a dedicated Morlockian. Who else? Who
I do we
need?
want to keep it leaning like younger characters too, if we want to keep the school vibe.
I'm kind of thinking
yeah.
yes, because Beak, Cosmar, and Honey Badger are all younger. So we have basically Nightcrawler and these children. Who are the
Nightcrawler
children?
and his cool kids.
Oh, put fucking Morgan in it.
Huh?
Morgan.
Oh,
Red.
okay. All right. I will allow Chocolate Boy. I have typed in Chocolate Boy.
Chocolate Boy.
What other? And remember, we can mix stuff up. So we can take normally older X-Men and just have younger versions of them, as if that's not something Marvel does a lot anyway. But
I was gonna say, as if almost every X-Men adaptation does not make them high schoolers for some reason. Storm?
Kid Storm. We could have.
Kind of fucks your Wakanda thing.
I mean, I was not super attached to that anyway. I want some more like weirder pulls. Is this after Celine's plan is defeated, right?
I want to point out. Hold on, our X-Men team right now consists of Beak, Cosmar, Honey Badger, Chocolate Boy, and Storm,
an Omega level.
And Matt said, "I want some deeper pulls."
Yeah.
This is too mainstream for Matt. Yeah. This X-Men team we've created.
Yeah. People always ask me what X-Men team I want for the MCU, and I'm like, I don't care. Give me weird ones. Give Nightcrawler a love interest, please. The Lord.
In this universe, Nightcrawler stayed celibate. He's a devout priest. He will not be having sex with anyone.
Look. We started with this. We started with Cable having time travel sex. We have the sexy versus not sexy mutants arc. We're changing tone. Nightcrawler does not fuck.
Nightcrawler does not fuck might be the biggest deviation.
Yes, that is
so far.
100%.
But you know what?
One of the biggest changes.
By it.
Nightcrawler, Daredevil, no sex. Neither of them.
No sex.
Oh my god, okay.
Anyone who's Catholic in this universe, this is completely unrelated. It's just the Marvel universe we're remaking, but as a small, strange side effect, anyone who's Catholic in this universe is celibate. It's unknown how they make new Catholics.
Oh god, I feel like we need to go off this topic or we're going to start making even worse jokes. Okay. I want
someone asked, does normal Nightcrawler fuck? And the answer to that is yes.
Incredibly much that, yes.
Too much. Including maybe his sister?
Didn't know that one.
Twice.
Okay.
In two different ways. I was talking about Rogue, but also Amanda Seyfried's adopted sister, and he fucks her for sure. So
explain, please.
Well, so Nightcrawler, if you didn't know, is the child of Mystique, and he gets yeeted off a bridge as a baby. I know, Matt. I'm joking. He gets yeeted off a bridge as a baby, and then he gets found by this woman named Margali Sardish, and Margali takes him in, and it's like, "You're my kid now. Here's my actual kid, Amanda." And then Nightcrawler and Amanda are in love for like most of the original.
It's a Barry Allen and Iris situation. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But also recently in Way of X, he has like go in his head, and he has all these fantasies about having sex with people, and one of them is Rogue, who is also kind of his adopted sister. So, in two different adopted sisters.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern. Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna move on. We're taking that away from him. We are taking that away from him in this universe. That is not allowed in this universe. Okay, I still need to think of. We got so sidetracked by that. I still need to think of a good villain. For this team to fight. I don't really want to do like X-Men versus Brotherhood because I feel like too similar to sexy versus not sexy.
I was gonna say I really liked like the Brotherhood of Sexy Mutants.
Yeah,
like, I feel
that's good.
Stand-in.
It's I just want to remind everybody this TikTok I saw a while ago. Nikhil, I'm sure you saw this, but like it's so funny that like Magneto and the mutant rights group, and I know the tone has sort of changed over the decades, but like he was trying to fight for mutant rights and he called his group the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, which is so not subtle. And then I saw someone responding to someone talking about that and I was like, would you join an LGBTQ rights organization called the Brotherhood of Evil Gays? And the comments were just like, yeah, actually I would.
Oh, are you talking about that old ass Tumblr post?
Yes, the very old one. I saw it reposted on TikTok, but it's still valid.
That's the guy who responds. You know what? Great point. Is Jay and Miles Explain the X-Men, who just wrote X-Men comic just now and are very famous. It's a podcast.
I did not know that, but it's also very true.
But anyway, yeah. Also, it's like they weren't good when they were introduced. Like they just kept the name. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Magneto in the 60s or 70s or whatever was very much more supervillainy than he is now. Okay, so I think we've done mutant bad guys for 2 arcs now. Do we want to do a not mutant bad guy for this?
We could do like a Reaver thing, or like the humans trying to give themselves powers either through technology or like weird magic and shit. Those are always fun X-Men villains. The proto-humans.
I'm gonna need more specifics. I've heard the name, but I'm not super familiar with the group.
The X-Men have like 4 villains they fight. There's humans, there's evil mutants, there's robots, and then there's like augmented human. And there's various kinds. The Reavers are they're the bad guys from Logan, whose name's escaping me right now. Donald Pierce. He's like they're just cyborg people. They're like collateral damage from X-Men battles, and they give themselves robot parts to fight the X-Men. And then there's the human, which are humans that like graft mutant parts onto them, so they have superpowers. Like they're just humans fucking around doing shit. I think there's one that's magic, where they like use magic to accommodate mutant powers. But like, the Lady Deathstrike is from the Reavers, yes.
Okay.
But if we're not doing robots and we're not doing mutants, they got.
Well, see, okay, I feel like the first arc of the X-Men series in this has to I think the first arc of X-Men, the main like overt antagonist, can't be an anti-mutant thing. Because I think the ideal of this would be like Nightcrawler trying to be like, yeah, let's go use our powers to save people. Like, save humans, not, like a mutant threat. Does that make sense?
Okay. No,
it can't be. It has to be them versus something not directly anti-mutant.
But so do we want to do, like, are they trying to stop bad mutants, or are they just trying to stop anybody? Because then we could use anybody.
I mean, yeah, we can use anybody. Like, what good, like, who do the X-Men... It doesn't have to be an X-Men villain.
I was gonna say, we're getting past what the X-Men do. Like, the X-Men don't go out to save people from other mutants. Like, if we want to just do, like, they're hitting home on, like, a Spider-Man villain because they just want to do some shit, then we gotta do that.
Then it can be, like, an evil... We can do an evil mutant if we want.
We don't have to. I think it's a fun idea. I'm just saying, like, you don't think of it as like X-Men.
Okay, then we can expand the scope. Then we can expand the scope for this X-Men group. Let's see who could be fun in this context.
Who's that fucking guy that you always talk about that's technically a mutant but is a Spider-Man villain and they never mention
Whirlwind.
Make that him.
Okay. Definitely needs to be amped up in some capacity.
Nah, he's got... Well, to be fair, this is not a very strong team we got here. Like, you take Storm off that list, they're not great.
That is true, but I feel like we can't do Whirlwind versus Storm. One of those has to... Ooh! That's a wild pitch. Dire Wraiths are
Dire Wraiths are, yeah.
Okay, wait. Dire Wraiths. Dire Wraith sets up like the year 2 final crossover going into the Aliens arc for Groot in year 3. Dire Wraiths. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So our villains are Dire Wraiths, but how does that work? I love this gavel, Saint. I don't know if Saint's still here. I love just gesturing with this thing.
Dire Wraiths. So, but are they seeking out the Dire Wraiths, or are the Dire Wraiths seeking them out?
I don't want it to just be like Dire Wraith Invasion, because I think that's too similar to the monster invasion we did in year 1. But what then?
How do you feel about a Dire Wraith Secret Invasion?
We do Secret Invasion this early? I'm fine with that.
I mean, the Dire Wraith only do one thing.
I mean, yeah. Okay, Dire Wraith Secret Invasion, definitely. And like Whirlwind can 100% be a villain, because remember, we're not doing like every issue. These are the overarching plots, and then we'll have individual villains in each issue. Well, I say we would. I don't think we're gonna.
No, we will.
When we write this multi-year thing that Marvel gives us the rights for.
It was the Marvel Universe 616, the Ultimate Universe 1610, Matthew and Nikhil's Funtime Universe 3217.
Did you just pull that number out of your ass?
Those are the 3.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Marvel Earth 3217. It is. What the hell is this?
If I randomly picked one that's actually a thing,
No, I don't think you did. I just don't. I have no idea what this is.
I'm right. I'm right.
No, it's not. I searched 3217 and I got something called the Devilverse Wiki, which I think is just. I have no idea what this is. I think it's a fan fiction thing.
Maybe it's where Devil Dinosaurs from. I literally do not know where Devil Dinosaurs from.
Okay.
Anyone can tell me anything.
Okay, I have to. So, you click on this and it just gives you an article that is from. Well, let me pull it up to a better format. Like there, will that work? I don't know what this website is. I think it's just fan fiction. It's talking about like DC characters and stuff, right? But it's just an article for multiverse. Here's the thing. Here's the problem with this article, right? You get to this section down here. It's known parallel universes.
Bud? You alive? Oh, yeah, these are... Matt, this is every number.
Why is this... Why does this article have this?
They just filled
Yes,
in
but why? Why did... Anyway, yeah, that's... I don't know what that is. It's like DC fanfic of something, but like, no, our universe... Okay, so cool. I'm gonna...
Right
Earth...
Nikhil and Matt from
okay.
Matthew and
Yeah,
Nikhil
all right.
However you choose.
Nikhil...
Earth,
Actually, hold on. This is my channel. Matt and Nikhil.
That's why I fixed it.
Fun time.
I changed it.
Universe. Earth. 3217, was that what you said? All right, so many people were asking me like, "Oh, what's this going to be named?" Like, you could do some sort of like acronym, like use the numbers for the letters. And no, it's Nikhil said a number, and now that's what it is. It's DC's multiverse. No, that wiki was fan fiction, but there was for some reason an article about the real DC multiverse on that fan fiction wiki. Can you please recap? The recap takes like 20 minutes, so I might do a quick recap of this episode at the end of this one. But you can go back and watch the VOD later with the recap at the beginning. Sorry, the recap takes too long to do it every time people jump in.
At the beginning is 40 minutes in.
That is also true. At the beginning is about 40 minutes in. You can watch me vamp for 40 minutes while I wait for Nikhil to get here. Okay, so we didn't actually decide what the bad guy was going to be, did we?
We did not.
No. Okay, cool. That'll probably be the last thing we do. Is
was, I think.
Oh, no. You're right. Dire Wraiths. Okay, but we didn't decide anything from there. So I'm just going to make a note that says Dire Wraiths. Let's figure out what they're doing, and then that'll probably be the end of this episode, because I'm going to have to do, like, a recap.
Like it's got to be Secret Invasion. That's all they did.
No, it does, but, like, how do we do that? Like, is Secret Invasion too... Is this too early for Secret Invasion? Because Secret Invasion, by its very nature, has to be, like, very earned.
But my point is, the Dire Wraiths did this before the thing called Secret Invasion came out. Like, is this not the Dire Wraiths plot? Was that they were taking over people?
Yes, but the thing, like, they have to have people to take over, and on, like, the end of year 2.
That's fair.
It's the problem that the MCU, one of the many problems that the MCU show had, where it was just like, you can't just do Secret Invasion and have it be like new characters, nothing. It has to have very much stakes.
The problem of the show is that they told you who every Skrull was, and then they never changed form.
That was one of the many problems of that show. This is such a tangent, but I will never get over. This is a spoiler for Secret Invasion, in case anyone in chat cares, but also it's the show spoils itself. I will never get over the fact that they, like, introduce us to the Prime Minister of the UK, who's a new character to the MCU, by telling us that she's a Skrull first. That was the stupidest thing. God, I hated that show.
The thing that really stuck with me was the scene where they go, like, the whole thing is that they're going to launch nukes, and for some reason the Skrull is impersonating the captain who's giving the order.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, first of all, impersonate the people on the boat. Why give the order? You could just hit the button and accomplish what you want. Instead, the people who had to put the button when I don't want to hit the button, and they kept asking for confirmation. And second, when they go to get the guy, they threaten his son.
Yes, I don't know if we've talked about this, but I noticed that too. They threatened.
You were impersonating him. Like, that should have. I thought that was gonna be the big, like,
the thing,
fuck you moment where he was just like, kill him. Like, I'm not this guy. But no, because he, like, brought his Skrull son to be the fake guy's son.
I think it was
I'm
just
so confused.
Yeah. I've seen people try to explain it away. It's like, oh, but he has the guy's memories from the machine, so he, like, has emotion for the son. No, he was about to kill everyone.
The kid's a Skrull too. I'm 90% sure.
I don't think the kid's a Skrull. I don't think the kid's a Skrull. Is the kid a Skrull? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure.
Either way, it's dumb.
And he bleeds purple. But whatever.
Either way, my friend has we need to get back on topic, but my friend has a theory. He was like, I think because he's actually in, like, film stuff. This is his space too. He was like, I think I know why that, like, slipped by, and it's because they never showed anybody changing forms. Everyone was just human at that time. Like, he was like, if that guy, if the Skrull had, like, put on a green mask on set, someone would have been like, wait, isn't it weird that, like, if that's not his kid, why does he care? But since they never did that, it just never crossed anyone's minds on set.
I can tell you from working at Marvel that there's no way that is the case, because they would have watched that scene 7,000 times. And the random minutia that's come up in meetings I've been in, I do not understand how something that big goes by, because I have sat in 2-hour-long meetings about, like, foot tapping. It's crazy. But
Secret Invasion was just bad and poorly structured and weirdly written.
What I think the argument of Secret Invasion must have been is that he's been that guy for a long time. Like, he's probably, like, actually worked his way up to that position and, like, lived as this man for 20 years. The question is why.
Yeah, why? 2, if that was the case, they should have said it. 3, he was trying to start a war to exterminate human life. Like, it doesn't make any sense. No matter how you want to characterize it, it never makes sense.
Yeah, it's a dumb moment.
It's a very dumb moment, but we've gotten so off topic. Well, not really. We're talking about Secret Invasion. I don't know.
How about, instead of Dire Wraiths, Brood? Because Brood,
I like that.
Just do Secret Invasion.
I like that. Okay, that's good. So we have the X-Men fighting the Brood. Yeah, that's good, because that's, like, iconic enough X-Men villains, but in a different enough way that it works. Are there, like important Brood, like, Brood leaders, like,
There's
bigger...
the Brood Queen.
There's the Brood Queen, like...
There's the Zax or whoever I sent you for your
there's
game.
There's Brood
once.
King, there's Brood Deadpool, there's Brood, in parentheses, Warwolves. But them versus the Brood makes sense.
There's Brew.
There is Brew. Let's see.
There's the giant fun space whales. They're not important, but they're cool.
Because I like the Brood, but again, I don't want it to just be monster invasion, because if it's... well, okay. You know what? Here's the thing. I have tried to shy away from creating new characters for this, because I want to, work within the parameters of Marvel. That's what this is supposed to be. But I feel like the Brood are an exception where we could make, like, a Brood supervillain that's just, like, a bigger Brood. Because I don't want it to just...
I feel like you could just amp the Brood Queen. Like, just make her a character.
That is true. But again, the thing is, like, do we want just, like, person with monster army? Because that's what Jackal is first.
Yeah. Well, I'm confused. So what are we looking for? Like a big bad, or like what are we doing here?
The thing is, we need it to be a big enough bad that, like, a team can fight them. Because this is what the X-Men, like, who do the X-Men fight first? That's all we basically need. Because this can be smaller. Maybe we are thinking too big.
I was gonna say, I think, maybe we're going too big.
I think we are going too big.
I think you take Storm off that list and replace it with, like, Kid Forge as a tech guy, and then you have them fight Whirlwind. Because this is not a good team.
All right, fine. Baby Forge. And then Whirlwind.
But now they have Now they have their techies.
That's fine.
And they can break their teeth on Whirlwind.
Except maybe not, because Chocolate Boy turns them into chocolate, and chocolate is very easy to bite. So no teeth are going to be broken.
Comedy.
Kind of. Okay, so that's simple enough. Stop texting me, Nathan.
Nathan, look at that. I get a text from Nathan
Apollo saying, I have the episode downloaded. Such a secret, interesting message from famous musician Nathan Apollo. And yes, it is the Pokemon level up sound. That is my text alert. I forget that it's a Pokemon level up sound, because I'm just, oh yeah, that's my text alert. And then people are like, is that Pokemon? And it is. So, okay, Whirlwind is a solid enough, like, starting mutant for them. That's their new thing. I think at this point, we have 3 arcs of this, right? Because we have the first one with Leech, which isn't really like an X-Men arc, but it's the first arc of mutants. The second arc where the Morlocks are a team, and then the X-Men more officially are formed. So that's good. I think the next thing that we have to decide is what is the next, like, crossover thing, like, what is the year 2 end that blends, like, the magic and the mutant stuff. And I don't think we do that this week. I think
I have a pitch.
If you have, okay, give me the pitch. We'll end on that, and then we'll pick up next week, and next week we'll do the crossover, and then we'll start with space.
I don't know if you're gonna like this at all.
I'm gonna write it down regardless.
We do a version of famed X-Men Avengers crossover. I don't know what it was called, but it's the one where Kulan Gath sends them all to, like, medieval times. And then Celine, remember her? She kills them. We don't have to do that, but I think we should do magic old-timey one. Because that's my favorite old-timey X-Men meet the Avengers thing.
Okay. I don't actually... It's wild. I don't hate it. And here's why I don't hate it. If we want to use this as setup for space, aliens, things like that... Yeah, friend of the pod, Kulan Gath. If we want to set up space for, like, year 3... we can start introducing space characters, like, other than Groot, who's been, like, chilling there the whole time. Maybe we can make Groot, like, a more important character in this. But Groot has like sci-fi space tech, and so everything is back to like medieval times, but then also like some aliens are there with super like even more future than what it was. And
Well,
that's a
that's basically what Warlock does in the Kulon Gath story.
is it? I haven't actually read it, but we can. Okay, I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
no, that works perfect.
A version of I'm not gonna write the Kulon Gath thing. I'm gonna try to find out what it's actually called, and that's how we're gonna. Okay, Kulon Gath. Hyborian Age.
I feel like it's just called Kulon Gath.
Modern. Well, he's called Kulon Gath. I'm trying to find what the name of the event is, if anything. Uncanny X-Men 190. Is that when it happens?
Probably.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna. Does this even have a name? I don't actually know if this even has a name.
So. I don't think it does. It's just like they tied into each other.
Some.
It's like before they came up with the idea of doing these things for legit.
Yeah, okay. We can come up with the details of this next time, but this is a good idea. Screw it. I am just going to type the Kulon Gath thing. Someone also says, how many years of this are you planning? I don't plan things in advance. Are people watching the episodes?
Oh, that's really good, because we have this all based on the Savage Land, too. Is that... So him taking it back to the past could serve...
Yes, it actually works really nicely for our purposes. Okay, sweet. Thank you for the gifted subs, by the way, Guru Buckets. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I like where this is gonna go next week. So let's do a quick recap of what we did today. I'll do my stream announcements, and then we'll be set up. So the first thing that we have written down, which never really matters again, is that Cable has time travel 6.
It's the foundation.
Yes,
it
is the foundation of it all. It is where the mutants come from originally. It's the same thing that we did in like episode 1, where we got to establish this, but the audience doesn't know this yet. The audience will find this out later. I should like color code this document later for like things that are important that are not like revealed in story yet. From the audience POV, Leech is the first mutant. The first X-Men or mutant series focuses around Leech. He's a weird little green guy, but since he's the only mutant that he's aware of, he thinks that's his only bit. But then he meets the Morlocks. He has the ability to stabilize physical mutations, which he doesn't normally, but in our universe, he's going to. He builds up a group around him of weird physical mutation mutants who can be more stabilized when Leech is around. That's how the Morlocks are formed. Meanwhile, Warren Worthington III is just Angel. He has the same angel wings mutation thing. He's an entitled mutant rich kid. And his motivation is that he doesn't like that the ugly mutants are making his kind look bad because people are mixing them up with jackal mutants from the previous arcs. And he decides, because he's an entitled, crazy rich guy, that he just wants to take them out. He just wants to get rid of them so that they don't make him look bad anymore. He fights Leech first. He has like a 1v1 sort of thing with Leech, which he loses because he doesn't really have the ability to do anything without his powers. I need to fix the order of this a little bit, but... sort of the climax of that arc is that Angel gets his mechanical Archangel wings to compensate for not having his powers around Leech. And then at the end, like, the wings grow back into the mechanical wings, get all messed up, and now he's got, like, robot wings grafted onto his back permanently. This makes him angry and a little bit more crazy, so he forms a whole team for the second arc of the Brotherhood of Sexy Mutants, which is a placeholder name, but a name that is also pretty damn good. By the way, Nikhil, feel free to interject if I'm missing anything here.
No, you know.
But yeah, he makes the Brotherhood of Sexy Mutants. The Brotherhood of Sexy Mutants fights the Morlocks under the sort of pseudo-manipulation of Selene. Selene has the Life Stone. She grabbed it after Jackal had it. She wants...
Someone asked who made his wings. You could make Selene make his wings.
Yeah, Selene could do it. Also, or alternatively, maybe it's like the same guy that made Danny Rand Iron Man's suit. We set up like a tinkerer type for later. That can matter when we do Spider-Man. So we'll leave that open-ended for now. But she has the Life Stone. She wants to find its opposite, the Death Stone. Joins Angel's group and kind of goads them into doing the whole genocide thing so that she can use that to find the Death Stone. They get beaten by the Morlocks. As this is happening, Nightcrawler is just kind of like chilling. Nightcrawler is off in Europe. He's a mutant, but he's not doing that much. However, after the Avengers fight in the first arc, he sees Groot, thinks that Groot is a mutant, which is going to be a running bit that people just keep mistaking Groot for a bunch of other things when he's actually an alien. He gets inspired, starts the X-Men, gets a couple of mutants together, eventually then goes to New York City, grabs a couple mutants from the Morlocks group, and forms the more like X-Men proper superhero team. They fight Whirlwind. That is where we have left off them. And then the big crossover for this sort of year will be a version of the Kulan Gath thing, very fancy official terminology that I've written down, but we will figure out the details of that and do some space stuff next week, which I think Nikhil will be here for. But if not, maybe. We'll find out. You'll find out next week. It'll be a mystery every time as to whether Nikhil is here or not.
I'm a very unreliable person. This is why Day Dorks didn't work out.
And remember, Nikhil was 40 minutes late to this. And he only warned me that he was going to be 30 minutes late. So he was even still late from his original warning. And that is why the first 40 minutes of this stream are absolute nonsense. But hey, I made it work. Anyway, speaking of streaming things, I mean, Nikhil, I could go to my big camera, but I didn't port you in. So like...
No, I'm fine.
All right, hold on. In that case, let me go to my setup here. I'm going to switch over to my big camera and do like stream announcements and wrap up stuff. So Nikhil's camera's going away. Everyone say what?
Wait. Before that happens, everybody watch me play Lego Marvel Superheroes tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific.
Plug your thing.
Please. Matt, you have so many people here.
Huh?
I didn't know that for streams could have that many
people. We have like 70 for most of it. It was a good stream. Average is going to be like 65, something like that. 65 to 70. But yes, also everyone go follow Nikhil's streams. Also, by the way, you do have full permission to like announce it in my Discord, by the way, if that pulls a few. I think you have permission to do that. Ooh. Like mod permission, you should.
Fuck yes.
So you're fully welcome to do that.
Alright, Matt, I'm also just gonna hang up.
Alright, cool. I will talk to you later. See ya.
See ya.
And then I'm gonna throw over to the big cam. There we go. Okay, cool. So everyone say thanks to Nikhil. I mean, he's gone now, but say thanks by going and watching his stream tomorrow. He will probably be back next week to continue this series. But let's talk about stream announcements and scheduling things really quickly. So, first off, if you would like to see the setup that went into this episode, the first 2 episodes, both of those are now available on my VOD's YouTube, which it's in the link tree that I have on the screen here. The link will also be put in chat in just a second. I did just upload the second episode of this series, I think last night. So if you were like, when did that one go? It just went up, which is why I'm announcing it now. There's also a lot of other fun things on there, other stream VODs. It's mostly just a stream VODs location, but that is where you can find all my stuff. This Wednesday will be my next stream. We are going to be doing more ridiculous nonsense power scaling battles with the gavel this time, which is going to make things so much better. Thank you to Saint for this. It's going to be fantastic. Yes, Amy, I am making playlists on my YouTube. I probably need to separate them a little bit more. Like, I think I have the power scaling and this in one right now, but there are distinct playlists. But anyway, Wednesday will be my next stream. That is also the day that Outlaws of the Seven, Episode 2, comes out. That is my D&D campaign that I'm a player in right now, not DM. Episode 3 of that will be the next stream on this channel. That is Friday the 6th. No, Friday at 6. Not Friday the 6th. Ignore me. Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, normally, this is the only slight difference here. Normally, I also stream on Saturday nights. I am at a convention this weekend, so I'm not going to be streaming this upcoming Saturday night. But then we'll be back on next Monday for the 4th episode of this little Marvel Rewrite project. As for other announcements, the only thing I have is something that's just been up there the whole time, but I will note it one more time here. I did write a comic book. Not a ton of people know that because for several reasons I didn't advertise it too much. But I wrote a comic book. It had a Kickstarter run that kind of got screwed up by COVID, but was successful. Long story short, I am making some physical copies of a comic I wrote and some like extra incentive things available for purchase. It's like a super limited run. But if you're interested in buying a physical copy of a comic I wrote and some other cool stuff, there is a specific dedicated channel in my Discord. It's in like the next to announcements and rules and all that. It's called Buy Matt's Comic or something like that. The info on how exactly it works to buy stuff is all there. I won't run through it now, but if you're interested in buying that, it would help me out a lot because I took a lot of losses on the Kickstarter shipping because of COVID and a whole bunch of things. So if you're interested in buying that, check that out on the Discord. But I do think those are the only announcements that I have. So thank you all for watching. I do hope you had a good time. I will see you all on Wednesday for Power Scaling, Friday for D and Dorks, and then next Monday for the 4th episode of this. Have a great rest of your night, everybody.